The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Friends with China right now.
Yeah.
Then why don't we just buy a virus from them and smoke the whole country?
Buy a virus.
Did he like another COVID?
Hello, China. Yeah, this is President Lasker, and you know how you sneak that corona gimmick on us and crippled the entire world?
We know
I'd
you
like
got-
something a little more regional, like maybe Iran. How much that cost? That'd cost you $1 trillion. Okay, just put it on my tab. We only owe you $33 trillion. So just put it on my tab. Wow.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge Show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Thursday, May 28th, 2026. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show. It's his first appearance. Well, he actually is familiar with the space. In fact, he was the only one out of Dan, Jay, and Gene, our respectful or respected co-hosts that alternate different days in coming in. Of course, Brian has been. Oh God, when did we start doing Thursdays with you, Brian?
Thursdays, I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I was here. I started coming in more heavily when...
Was it prior to COVID?
It was a little before COVID.
Yeah.
Or right at COVID-ish?
It was when Manson fell off.
Yeah, it's when we were like, now, I think we had a mass exodus. It might have been Manson.
Janessa.
Well, I was here with Janessa. We were doing shows together.
Okay.
And yeah, so...
So I think it was just... Now, Lummy, you weren't in on air at that time, were you?
Yeah, I was in the kiddie table.
I used to get to stare at Janessa when I looked to my right.
Yeah.
Now I get Lummy. So.
I was in the dark. I was at the kiddie table.
You used to have an erection, and now you're a hidey hole.
Yeah. I'm an innie, not an outie.
So anyway, but Brian responsibly has been here to the property. We had my birthday party here, and that at least kind of familiar because everybody. No, I don't. Did Lasker needed guided?
No, he got here. He got here all by himself.
Yeah. So, but both Diacos, even though we gave, and I'm not going to get into the descriptions as to it is tricky. Come on. It's very much Batman-like, is it not? Going into the Batcave, it's like you pull into like some bushes.
It comes up on you so quick.
Right.
Babyface. Gene got the same directions, and the wording was exactly the same to the Diacos.
And the only two that couldn't. Okay, Gene figured it right out. Because we gave, we're not going to say, but okay, guys, look for this.
Yeah.
Then look for these two things, and then pull in. And regardless if you're coming from the north. I'm sorry, if you're south to north, it'll be on your right, and if you're north to south, it'll be on your left. And it's kind of hidden, and it's gravel, and it's yippee-yo. The Diacos are the only ones. Dan said he passed it 4 times. So anyway,
Jay passed it twice.
If you know anything about the Diacos, directions and things like that are not their strong suit. Steven, I was surprised he made it to your birthday, quite honestly.
Yeah. So anyway,
he's Mr. Magoo when it comes to driving.
Oh yeah. So anyway, we appreciate the fact that you've already been here. You probably knew the route, the best route to take. You probably have already routed yourself on maybe potentially the best route back to work. And so, thank you for, paying attention and more importantly, being here and not to get too long-winded on the deal. And you'll be the last one that I ask this question to because, Gene will be here tomorrow and he was here. He's already seen it. But this is just what do you think? Like, what's your initial impressions?
Probably the number 13 studio I've ever been in. No, I'm just joking.
I went from 10
top 10.
and I don't know. You know what? I don't know what I was thinking. I was just really hyping the place up.
It looks amazing.
And I went, I think this is the number 10 studio in the world. Well, it certainly is not. I mean, it's not the 10th best studio in the world, but I would be willing to say that it might be the best one in Tampa.
It looks amazing. It's come a long way just from your birthday party. I know how much work all the boys did.
You know what the biggest pain in the ass was?
Mopping?
No.
I heard that's what your contribution was.
No,
I mopped. I swept and mopped.
Listen.
Who's your mop guy? I got a good guy. I hook up with Ocello if you need it.
No, listen. I will tell you, I went through the whole list of everybody that from Steps Towing to Bobby from Live Fast? Live Fast Towing to Iggy to Mushroom Mitch to New York Greg to Bob to just Travis and Iggy and Red and Mach and Jake and Lummy and
Average Joe with the trailer.
Average Joe. I could go on. I'm just
merch.
But I will tell you that I probably did the least amount of I knew how I want things, and I was, not barking out orders, but laying things out like I wanted. And I did a little bit, but I didn't do the lion's share. New York Greg and Bob Cook, and it's unbelievable when you live and broadcast. You guys are pretty tidy. At Lemon, you guys are pretty tidy upstairs. Like you guys, there's not a lot. You walk into Gina's office and it's not cluttered. It's very almost borderline OCD-ish. And you're the same way. Your office is, except for that one. Is the one thing broken? One thing on your desk is broken.
Yeah, I just got to get some wood glue.
You got to do that. Like that completely cheapens everything in your. Everything's nice. Nothing's cluttered. Nothing. But you got this one little broken piece that you just need to fix.
It's been broken for about 15 years.
It reminds me of Better Call Saul, like Sal, like something he'd have, like a broken name. Is a nameplate?
No, it's just like my desk pad thing that has it's old anyways.
I know. You might need a new one.
It's from Bombay Goods. That's how old it is.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So anyway, man, I just can't. It was completely a village that put this all together. We're still putting some final touches. We have the glass. We had the big glass caper. I've been told now from Nick the gun guy
yes.
that the glass will be delivered a week from tomorrow.
Yes, we planned on. We have all the transportation
next Friday.
Yes.
Now the only thing I'm concerned about is that I guess we're not going to put it in a metal channel. We're gonna use like wood to hold it in, painted black wood. I don't know that aesthetically that's going to matter. People aren't going to really know. I just don't know if it would be as strong or as secure as a metal track. But listen, I don't make any decisions.
When it comes to glass, you got to temper your expectations.
Ouch. Do I have a zookeeper gimmick? I mean, do I have it around here? Hold on.
Since we're doing zookeeper, happy birthday to Angus.
Oh, salt of the earth.
Yeah, salt of the earth.
Salt of the earth.
Yes.
All right, let me.
Oh, that's Glowbug's guy.
Yeah, Glowbug's guy. I don't have a. I'll have to move my stuff over. I don't have all my stuff over there. Oh, I do have this one of my favorite of all time. Just hello.
Hey, fat ass. If anybody's a redneck, it's your fat ass. Your mom was good too.
Like 10 years old, listening to the Power Pig. So anyway, Brian, I think it came together. There you go.
Morning Zoo on Z100.
All right, so I see where, if you want to put that, if you could put that on my daily gimmick somewhere. Here, I'll tell you where. Macho, go to my daily, and I'll tell you which one you can move. And because I want the Z gimmick. Let me see. Do applause. Where is it? No, hold on. I got one right here. Do applause. The blue applause. There you go.
Morning Zoo on Z100.
Thank you very much. So we still have to build the podcasting area over there, Brian, where the Bubba Army sign is, to your left, over by the door. They're going to build a little very, very discreet podcasting area, and the glass. And then, Lummy, I think at that point, the only thing we really need to do is by the way, Lummy, I ordered a brand new pancake compressor yesterday.
Oh, great.
Because somebody emailed the show, and I got a copy of it.
I saw it.
And he's like, listen, you should just buy a new air compressor, because if Lummy dumped out that much water, it's probably rusted out. And it could explode. You know what? They're probably right.
Probably are.
They're probably right. One day, right above my head, when it cycles itself up to 120 psi, and the walls of the pancake compressor are rusted, it probably will blow up.
That would make a great video,
merch tricks up there, like putting some stuff away. Have you noticed upstairs how, Lummy, we usually used to be just throw stuff in, how organized it is?
It's very nice.
Yes. Brian, one thing we're trying to do is just be very organized.
That's a good idea. You got to start how you want to finish, man.
Right, exactly.
You bring clutter in with you, it's already going to be cluttered.
Well, I will tell you this. Let me. How many? 10,700 pounds?
Yeah, about that. Besides the ones we have out there now.
Yeah, in the dump trailers, about 3/4 full now. But
does that include the podcast table? Where did that go?
That's not been thrown away
It's
yet.
here.
Oh, it's here?
Yeah. Not been.
Where is it?
It's in the garage. It's in the garage. You would have seen it if you really would have.
I was walking in quick.
Yeah.
I was I was right at 5:53. So
let me. I don't know if I'll get further, with the audience if I admit that the podcasting table was a failure, or or it was a mistake, or it was a misjudgment, or whatever.
I will say this: it looks cool. I understand why you did it. It just, sometimes things don't work out.
And that's like cash. Hashtag cash. I got it. Hey, listen, B, there's some times where I got to take it. I mean, when you get one on me, and it's a good one, I got to just chuckle and move on, because you got me. You got me. So, the cash cube, I thought was going to be a great idea.
It was a great idea. It's just it never really... execution-wise and weather-wise and everything else. The world was against you on that.
It really was. The first time we did it at Latin Sons, it was a great idea. We were celebrating Juneteenth, and we had it all set up with a generator, and then a backup generator, and then like a carpet to wipe your feet, so because you didn't want people having their shoes inside the cash cube. We had 2 blowers. We had it just dialed in.
All the video stuff was set up.
All the videos, and then is it called a deluge? What's it called?
Yeah, it was a deluge, a monsoon, a tsunami, however you want to go with it. It was.
It just the skies opened up, and we probably got an inch of rain in 15 minutes, and that kind of it instantaneously dampened the cash cube, because now I had sand all over it. There really was no way to clean the cash cube because you couldn't get it wet.
No.
And so then, Brian, we went to the
Morgan Wallen
concert. And had it all set up. Lummy greased the parking attendant so that we'd be right there in that last section before you walk across the street to go to the stadium.
Perfect location.
Oh my God, perfect location. Had the cream machine out there. Had the smart car out there. Just had it all set up. Lights going. Had the Bubba Army tent. Had the prizes all laid out. Had the cash cube all laid out. Had the money flying. And another deluge comes just kills us. So we're like, oh, my God. So then, Lummy, we try to do it when we did the content house.
Yep.
And it actually worked, but it worked too good. A guy clipped me for like $410. A couple people got in it and got like $40 and $50. Then some dude, clipped me because he opened up his sweatshirt and let all the money just go inside of his shirt. Here's the deal, Brian. In order to do the cash cube, you actually have to probably have some people like you and other people get in there and do various you're going to have some rules.
Yeah, it should have been tested. And I think what you need a stuff bag. So you have to actually put you only get to keep what gets in the bag.
We tested it. We did multiple tests at the studio and stuff.
But I think Brian's right. You need to have like a bag You know, like
or either a fanny pack or something that they can shove the money down into, and you only get to keep what makes it in the bag, not what's all over.
Or you just make them down to get down to like their underwear and then get in there.
No, prawn panties.
Yes.
So anyway, yeah, the cat. And let me. Did I throw the cash cube away?
No, it's still here. We saved it.
Okay. I mean,
if you want, we can.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like like Brian said. Brian, there's probably some things that you oh yeah, hold on. They said my mic cover's messed up. Let me hold on here. There we go. Does that look better for you, Brian? There's probably some things that you've done at Hunter Law or wherever places that you've worked, business wise, where you made maybe a couple $1,000 investment into something, whether it be a advertising campaign or whatever.
Sure.
And it didn't work. It just didn't work. And but you had to take that swing, or you had to take that shot or make a small investment financially in order, because it could have worked. It could have worked, but it didn't. And so it doesn't make you stupid, doesn't make you a loser, doesn't make you a failure. It doesn't make you a beady-eyed, fat ass, good for nothing mother effer like everybody says I am listen, I have to make all the decisions around here with regard. I'm the owner, the general manager, and the quarterback. That's tough. It's tough juggling all that.
You're like the Pete Rose of this operation.
Well, yeah, including the cheating. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
And Mark Schott.
I bet you didn't even really put that into the equation.
I didn't. And so, I was going from a positive angle.
Do I get a little something?
Yeah,
for
that was pretty good. Adding that in there.
Self-deprecation or whatever it's called.
That was good.
Thank you. Can I get myself one? Let me hear. Let's see here.
Timpani.
Oh, nope. Thank you. Thank you. My favorite one of all time. I don't. Where's it at? I just had it. I love dildos. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love dildos.
So, yeah, I'm the Pete Rose. But Pete Rose was never the owner.
No, Mark Schott.
He was just the GM. Was he the GM of the Reds when he coached?
No,
Mark Schott, wasn't that either.
Mark
he was
Schott
player
was also,
coach. He was player coach.
And Mark Schott was kind of the GM and owner at the time.
Remember how racist she was?
She was, but she wasn't. She's just that like old woman racist that it's just the way they grew up. But deep down, she's not.
Yeah, because deep down, I mean, I know Concepcion and some of the Joe Morgan, and I'm just trying to think of some of the African American very, very Hall of Famers that played for the Reds when Marge Schott owned the team. And never did you hear any African-American player ever say that she was mean to them or didn't pay them what their market value was worth and she favored white guys. None of that. I mean, she would just be like she was the type of old school that would call African-American coloreds. Like, that just shows you that you're kind of somewhat pop culturally ignorant to the sensitivity that you should have with regards to people's authenticity.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that I think that is Asian a slur?
No.
Asian's not. What's a slur in the Asian community? Well, I know
CHINK.
Yeah.
Anything to do with the color yellow?
Yeah.
Well, I think her admiration of Hitler probably.
She liked Hitler?
Yeah, she did. She was very anti-Semitic.
Hitler would have been all right if he just.
Whoa!
No, hold on.
Whoa!
You're not letting me finish. Hitler would have been okay. Hitler would have been a little bit better. Let me just rephrase all of this. Hitler would have been a little bit better if he's like, okay, I don't like Jewish people. I'm not going to hurt any Jewish people. I'm just going to ask you to leave. And we're going to try to carve out some land for you down there in the Middle East somewhere. And I just don't want you in Germany. Just get out. Now that's a problem because, they had settled there in Germany just like the Germans had. They lived, and prior to Hitler, Jews and Germans got along. Listen, you guys probably know more about history than I do, but it's my understanding that there wasn't a problem until Hitler made it a problem. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, if he just wouldn't have if he just would have said, hey, I don't like you for whatever reason, and just get out. That's far better than, taking 6 million people's lives. I mean, he's probably, there's actually been leaders that have killed more, but he was probably one of the most brutal dictators ever. And man, on the History Channel, or it was American Heroes Channel, I watch a lot of stuff about him, and he was just out of hand. He was a dick.
Though, like you're saying, early on he was doing a lot of good for Germany, and then he turned into a humongous dick.
Yeah, he turned into like really full of himself, and it
was the drugs. It was when he started getting on like LSD and heroin.
Wasn't he on meth?
Meth, yeah, was it meth?
He would take a shot of meth a day. Like they would give him a shot, not even a pill, straight to the runway. That's what Hogan used to say when you take a shot. No waiting on the runway, buddy. Pew. So yeah. Anyway.
Well, I'm glad you got to run some PR for Hitler this morning.
No, I probably...
he made a left turn. He probably should have stayed right a little bit.
I probably initially was very wrong in what I said, but I completely tried to walk it back into what I was, like my initial, Hitler wasn't that bad. That's not cool. But when I gave you my explanation, I think that, I think that...
Yeah, you pulled the nose up on
sure.
it. Yeah.
Now, first of all, are you kidding me? Now we're only a game and a half. The Rays are only a game and a half up on the Yankees.
It's a long season.
3-game losing streak.
We've lost like 2 players a day for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the injuries are mounting. The team doesn't quite have the depth. This is to be expected. We're still in good shape. I'm not hitting the panic button.
I think we're still by wild card standards 6 to 7 games up on the wild card rates. Now we're
still a game and a half up on the Yankees for the division.
I was getting ready to say,
8.5 up on the wild card.
Okay, that's what I meant. I know we're 1.5. Yankees have won 3 in a row. We've lost 3 in a row.
Yankees have won 4 in a row. We've lost 4 in a row.
Yeah. And and at one time when we closed out the Yankees series, although one game got postponed, we were 5.5 up on them.
We were 5.5 up after the first game of the series, and then the postponement, and then the Aaron. So I mean, you look at the losses. The last 2 have been bad, but the 2 before that were walk-off home runs. One in the 9th, and one in obviously extra innings.
Here's the one thing that Cash does that pisses me off. He doesn't let the starter go deep. The starter will have given up no earned runs, couple walks. We're up 1-0, 2-0, or it's 0-0, whatever it is, and he'll pull the guy after 6.
Well, the McClanahan pull the other night was a good against the Yankees. Was a good pull in that game. He showed some control issues into the 6th, and he hasn't pitched deep into games much. So they did give him a leash on that, and I think 2 guys got on, and then they pulled him.
Yeah, but you got to let him work. You got to let him figure it out, because if we get to the postseason and he gets to that position, you want him to be able to mentally know he can get out of it.
You're not gonna figure it out though when guys are hitting. Statistically, it shows the average jumps like. The third time through the lineup, it jumps like 50 to 100
But that's
points.
where Kevin Cash goes with the statistics. But you also got to think old school too, where
what's
you
his
got to figure it out.
Statistics say that batters will have seen him 3 times, and they'll have him figured out.
Well, you have a combination of things. They've seen him. They're used to his stuff. You typically start losing a little bit of velocity around 80 pitches. Most pitchers, if they're not overthrowing, and you don't want them doing that. You got McClanahan, who's coming off of missing 2 years, his second Tommy John. So
I will tell you though, he looks good.
He looks great, and he's doing what he needs to do.
I hate that Biggie guy. I hate that guy. Is that his name, Biggie?
Yeah, Hunter Biggie.
Yeah,
Hunter,
I don't like him at all.
Yeah.
I saw him blow one game. I forget when it was.
I mean, he pitched to score. He was the only one who didn't give up a run last night.
Oh, yeah, that's surprising.
Now, is the day and age of letting a guy go 9? Like, remember back in the day with Nolan Ryan and all these guys, Fernando Valenzuela, all these guys, they'd let you go 9.
It's pitch count now, so they'll let these guys go deep into games if their pitch count's low, and depending on the score and everything.
What's the magic number?
100? 8. Yeah, it's typically around 100. You know, what you have also, though, is you've got guys throwing at such a higher velocity, other than, the Nolan Ryans of the world. You get Jacob Mizorowski's out there throwing 55 pitches over 100 miles an hour.
Was Nolan Ryan just a freak of nature and way ahead of his time?
Yes.
Like, didn't he have like 9 no-hitters or 7 no-hitters? And
yeah.
I don't know how. Did he have any perfect games?
7 no-hitters.
7 no-hitters. Did he have any perfect games? I don't know that he did.
I don't think he did, no.
Let me guess what I found in our deluge of junk.
What'd you find?
I found a David Wells New York Yankees really, really, really framed nicely perfect game jersey.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it's not the jersey he wore for the perfect game, but he signed David Wells and then wrote the perfect game date on it.
That's awesome.
I don't know what that's worth. Maybe $8. I don't know.
10.
So how many did Nolan throw any perfect?
I don't think any perfect. I think he only threw 7 no-hitters only.
He walked a lot of guys.
And he was Nolan Ryan, from all the stuff I've watched on him, that was his plate. And if you started crowding the plate, or he would show you some chin music. Like, he commanded respect. And like, if you're as a batter, didn't give him respect, or you stepped out of the batter's box or dug in, just all the little things that really don't really make that big a difference, but in his world it did because it was his plate. He'd bean you, or he'd show you, he would show you some chin music or something.
They should study his mechanics because, I mean, the guy pitched
had that high kick.
222 of his 773 starts were complete games. So
oh my God!
I mean, it's insane.
How many?
222 of his 773 starts were complete games.
Yeah, Brian's right, because if you look at the rest of the Astros in the 80s, or most of the places he went, all the pitchers were able to go long. Like Mike Scott, he was able to throw gas.
Jim Palmer.
Yep, yeah, they were all able to go longer than.
And it's something with the mechanics. Now, I will say
hate
this.
that one pitcher for the Rays that goes. He just goes. He goes like what? And I watch him, and it's like 6. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on the 6th one, he kicks it to the back and throws. Have you guys seen that guy?
Yeah,
that guy drives me crazy.
Have you seen Craig Kimbrell now, the new reliever? His little left-handed, where he like holds it out, kind of like, I don't want to say it, but soft.
Yeah.
And then he pulls it back in. He has to let it hang there for 3 seconds.
I will say this.
Oh, he does like a phys-ag hand?
Yeah.
So if you
he has a phys-ag hand? Like this?
Yep.
And then it's like is it like a nervous twitch and then it has to come back?
Yep, exactly.
The biggest difference, though, now is the amount of spin and movement that these pitchers put on it. So, it's one thing to just throw the ball overhand hard and fast, but they are putting so much torque and getting so many revolutions on these pitches. I think that's the biggest difference when you look at it. Nolan Ryan just went up there and just threw hard, but it was
overhand hard.
It was straight.
Right.
It wasn't a lot of this side movement and whipping.
When you tweak, the ligaments really probably aren't made to do that.
That's why Tommy John surgery happens, because it stretches out until it tears, and then the pitchers come back and they're 2 years after Tommy John, their velocity actually goes up because it's tightening everything up that's been loosened over the years.
Trivia question for you: where was Tommy John from?
Indiana.
Yep.
Oh my God! Give it to me! Come on.
Terre Haute, Indiana, my friend. And I don't know why. I think was he the first one to get that particular surgery? Because they call it, Tommy John surgery, and isn't it like have something to do with the elbow and the upper bicep or something?
Yeah, it's the ulnar collateral ligament, and so it stretches and tears because of the throwing motion. So
yeah, he was the first one to go under.
Dr. Frank Jobe did it in 1974. Yeah.
And they just named it Tommy John.
Well, he was the first one to do it. Now they're going to name what they had the quick scope they did on Tarek Skubal.
Oh yeah.
That he's going to be coming back. It was normally a 3 to 4 month out thing, and they're talking like 4 to 6 weeks. He's going to be back on the surgery he just had.
How about the Wander Franco gimmick?
What about it? The pedophile.
I mean, does he got a chance? the judge sided with him. The judge said he was entrapped.
No, what the judge said was that because he too was a victim of an extortion scheme from this mother, that they're not going to, send him to jail for a long time. But he's not innocent of anything. He still raped a 14-year-old girl. I mean, he had sex with an underage girl.
Former Major League Baseball All-Star Wander Franco was found criminally responsible for the sexual and...
See, like, Brian, does the Dominican Republic have different... Can the judge have different powers? Because I've never heard of this thing where the judge can do what he did, where you're criminally responsible, but we're not going to put you in jail. But they put the mom in jail, so the mom of the...
10 years.
Yeah, the mom of the 14-year-old that was brokering her out... 10 years. She got 10 years. Wander Franco, the judge says, we're not going to give you any jail time. I think you're going to still catch a charge, but I feel for you because you were extorted.
Psychological abuse of a minor by Dominican Republic judge. But the judge said that the Tampa Bay Rays shortstop won't serve prison time. In his decision, the judge said that he considered how the minor's mother had extorted and blackmailed Franco. She was sentenced to 10 years in prison for sexual...
She got 10. The guy that blasted the 14-year-old gets nothing. Except a charge, and I think his career's ruined.
Oh, well, we could have really used him up in the majors for the Rays, but he wanted to stay in the minors.
Trafficking her daughter.
So hold on. Brian, a judicial pardon.
Yeah.
So does...
his team had to have paid off these judges.
Oh, my God.
I mean, had to have.
Now, does that give him any...
Zero. He's never playing. Look, Trevor Bauer can't pitch in the majors again. Wander Franco has no chance.
Trevor Bauer was found not guilty.
Right?
Yeah, it was the chick. The chick pretty much made up the whole story.
Hey, kind of like it's looking like it might have been. I got to go to words, but we'll come back with talking about making up the entire story. It's kind of looking like maybe the Josh Jacobs, Green Bay Packer running back, dating an OnlyFans. They started fighting on Saturday. I think on Monday or Tuesday. I think Tuesday. Man, if you're fighting and with your girl over the holiday weekend on Saturday, and she waits till Tuesday to file charges, isn't that a little suspect? And then he got released yesterday with no charges pending further investigation. Brian, does that better or help? Does that help him or does it's a push?
I mean, no. I mean, if they're pending investigation, that means that they may be dubious and skeptical of her claims, and
they said
looking into it more.
In the article that I'm going to play next when we get back, again, Josh Jacobs from the Green Bay Packers, running back, former Las Vegas Raider. What did he play at? Arizona? I forget. No, he played at Texas Tech, Texas. I don't know where he played. Texas A&M, maybe. I don't know where he played. Alabama. Oh, he's an Alabama guy.
Yeah.
And arguably, a top-tier running back in the league, arrested, put in jail overnight in Green Bay for strangulation and 5 counts of domestic violence, including strangulation. I think that's there was 4 misdemeanors and 1 felony. I think strangulation is the felony kicker.
Strangulation.
We'll get back. What do I call it?
Strangulation.
Whatever.
Strangulation.
Has anybody watched on Netflix Worst Ex Ever? And it's 2 seasons. And I just went right to season 2, episode 1. It's that guy from Florida. His name's Wade Wilson. And he's that guy that just got sentenced. And have you seen him? He's got the Joker mouth.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got this Joker mouth with like the stitches, and his whole face is tattooed. And I watched him, the story about how he bamboozled these chicks, and then
I think he's still bamboozling them in prison.
Well, he turned into like this heartthrob in prison, where these women thought he was 6'5". He was a pretty good looking dude.
I sent you his or the trailer.
All right, cool. We'll get into that next as well.
He probably shouldn't have said that.
That kind of frank dialogue troubles me.
More of the Bubba the Love Sponge Show after this.
which is season 2, episode 1.
Okay.
And this is one of the worst cases of prosecutorial misconduct. And had the prosecutor done the right thing when he beat and strangled his first victim, this guy would have never been around. He killed 2 women in Cape Coral, but it's only like 50. It's like 47 minutes long or something. But oh my God, it is the worst case of.
I don't have to go to the bathroom now, but where do we go if we go?
Right here, let me show you.
Okay.
This guy's Wonder Franco PSA 10.
Hold on to him for now and pray.
Right.
Yeah, but
I mean, nobody's buying them.
No one's buying them, unfortunately. All right, man. We appreciate it. Thanks, man. I will. Okay, so like he was in a bath. What's up, Cable Dog? Hill. Can't see. Better? Ooh. Hello. There we go. Okay, buddy. iPod here, iPad. You just tell me when to click that on, Macho. I'll put it right on for you, buddy. Whatever you want. Oh, shit. What's up, New York Greg, Dirt Merchant? Shit. What's up, the 4-4 Club? Morning, Mike from S. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna get to my cookware. Oh, you left it? Yeah, Wonder is never coming back. There's absolutely no way he's coming back. What's up, Group Lips? Enjoy Jack, 56 months. Johnny Jivass, 89 months. Thank you. What's up, Chico? 2213.
Yeah, it's nice. All right, so you know where it's at.
Yep, thanks, man.
What's up, radio?
Boy, let me that step and repeat made a huge difference. Yesterday, Brian, we were cold, like it was actually distractively cold because he's got 2 air units back there, and it was going right through there. We put the step and repeat to block it, and then the glass will block it.
Yeah, the glass will take away a little bit of that hum too, hopefully.
Yeah, it will.
Hopefully it doesn't echo or vibrate.
You got to promise me that you and your wife, one of these days, watches this.
We'll watch it.
It's unbelievable.
Sure.
Me being a victim of prosecutorial misconduct.
Prosecutorial.
Oh, okay, prosecutorial. Well, there you go. Look.
Yeah, right. They just bombed each other last night.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. It's a fucking joke. Absolute fucking joke.
Oh, so this is designed to light up the glass too?
Yes. Yeah, it's got a little LED backlit.
Yeah, I see that.
Deal. Because initially we thought the glass might be smoked, but I went with clear. And then I'm gonna have my weights. I'm gonna have the garage pretty much all clear.
Become your gym.
Well, and get the weights out of there. I sold 4 pieces of equipment that I don't really use.
Yeah.
Less to move. You know.
That's smart.
So, but man, you live there, 15. You just accumulate.
Oh, you can accumulate so much shit.
And then like if you got a smaller space like you got to be mine. But when you got
when you have storage space, you just throw it over.
Yeah,
just throw it over
with 4 containers and a fucking merch trailer.
brand new for 2026, introducing the Get a Box V6.
Gabby, I just love your new box.
My V6 box is sleek, powerful, and handles everything I throw at it.
But is it easy to use?
Voice control, premium performance, crystal clear surround sound. My box does it all. It has all of the programming that Get a Box is famous for. The box now connects to my home theater system, TV, sound bar, or even an external speaker.
But can I afford a box this impressive?
With promo code BUBBA, you save $25.
That's right. Use discount code BUBBA for $25 off the new V6 box. GetAbox.com, promo code BUBBA.
Warning. The following program contains objectionable content, which may cause oral discomfort. This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I'm going to have Big Gus from Big Gus Tractors and Equipment. I'm going to do a Zoom with him at a quick one, 5 to 10 minutes at 9:15 our time, 8:15 his time. Gus has tonight, if you're listening to me in Fort Walton Beach and you are a landscaper, or you're just a guy that needs a new lawnmower or a new steel chainsaw or an Echo, or of course anything Skag related, the official Skag Power Equipment dealer of Fort Walton Beach, Big Gus Tractors and Equipment. They're having a landscape appreciation day today, or this afternoon and tonight. And so Big Gus is going to get on the show with us today and just give us a little preview as to what's going on today, Thursday, up there in Fort Walton Beach. Of course, it is 1490 U.S. Highway 98 West in Mary Esther. You can go to BigGusTractor.com and look at anything that he's got. Anything from DeWalt. He carries DeWalt. Let me listen to these brands. Great brands. Of course, I'm not going to put over Hustler.
No, of course not.
But DeWalt, Echo, JCB. I don't know what caliber. Is this like for trailers?
Like trailers, yeah.
Mahindra, Skag. I'm not going to say anything about Toro. And steel chainsaws. They also have used and new inventory. So go to BigGusTractor.com for more information on that. And don't forget, they're going to have a landscape appreciation party or get together or sales event happening tonight. I think today. It happened today. Because they asked, like, hey, can Gus go on the air? I'm like, well, when's the event? We'll do it on Friday. Like, no, his event's on Thursday. I'm like, okay, we'll have him on. So Big Gus, who's really good for me, he let me use a Mahindra tractor at the track. I think they picked it up today, Lummy, because he gave me a certain amount of hours, and I didn't about an hour or so from, I think it was 30 hours, and I'm at 28.5, and so I told Dave and Gus, and they're like, "We'll come pick it up and get you another one." So I got another one coming. So I asked Brian. I said, "Please, Brian, just because of Brian having been through some of my prosecution woes, if you will, where people have done things to me, and you know what, Brian, I don't know that I've ever, in all the things that have been done to me, I don't know that I've ever got a."
Well, no, the guy that threatened to put two in you.
No, do you know why that happened? Because he threatened the sheriff of Pinellas County.
Yeah, but then they still charged him with you, though. Like you guys had to go and testify and stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's the one time.
Yeah,
that's the one
There's
time.
Been 5 others, maybe 6. That no.
You don't make the best victim. I guess
I'm the worst victim ever. When realistically, here's the deal. Like, I mean, of course I'm going to say this, but I'm a pretty good guy, actually. Like, I'm not a bad guy. But I just got this horrible reputation. Yeah. Horrible. Well,
I mean, you can't shake it, man.
I can't.
You just got to lean into it, I guess.
I don't know.
You got to be the bad guy.
I almost feel like I need to start being more of a bad guy now.
You got to be like Reza Ramon.
I got to be like, hey.
Start keeping a toothpick in your mouth and flicking it at people.
Hey, Chico. Hey, Chico.
You're oozing machismo.
So if you got an opportunity and you want to, this is a Florida gimmick, and it's a series on Netflix called Worst Ex Ever, and it goes to, like, there's a lesbian one, and there's just, it's about, your ex, in most of these instances, ends up killing you or somebody or something like that in order to probably to make the cut out of the, I don't know, they probably have maybe 8 episodes per season, so 16 episodes. They're all about, killing and raping and strangulation and the whole 9 yards. I know I said it wrong. But this is season 2, episode 1, so you can just go right to that. I didn't watch anything. I didn't watch any of season 1, and when the thumbnail came up on Netflix, I remember seeing this in the news just recently. Wade Wilson's his name, and I think he just got sentenced not too long ago. But I remember, and it was a Florida thing, and he even made it as he did most of his crimes in Cape Coral, but he did some in the Keys. He did some in Inverness. He picked up this gay guy in Inverness when this Wade Wilson guy was working as a carny selling pizza at the carnivals. So if you got an opportunity, watch this, because this is probably one of the worst cases of, is it called help me out here, Brian. Prosecutorial misconduct. Because there was a detective in West Palm Beach when this guy beat the crap out of his first girlfriend who lived in West Palm Beach and strangled her and busted her lip open and broke out a tooth and stole her cell phone and stole her laptop computer and stole her gun and put her down on the ground and put a knife to her neck and sexually assaulted her and raped her. She went to the West Palm Beach Police Department, filed a report, and they did a DNA test on this guy because she had a rape kit. Before the DNA test even came back, they pretty much no-processed this guy, and then he went on to kill 2 people in Cape Coral. Had West Palm Beach done their job, because he was already on probation for a felony with a handgun, so he would have done rape and sexual assault and kidnapping and strangulation. That would have certainly put him in jail. He'd been in and out of jail all along, and had the West Palm Beach prosecutor done his job. God, I wish globally, or at least in our country, we had another way, another checks and balance for prosecutors, because they literally are God. Are they not? I mean,
they have a lot of power and influence, for sure.
When they say no pros, you really don't have any recourse, I don't think. I mean, I guess maybe you could go to the FDLE. I don't know. Maybe you know more than I. Maybe, what would be the?
Yeah, I mean, you'd need a special prosecutor to get appointed, or a statewide prosecutor to get appointed to look into it. But in order to do that, I think you have to have some sort of basis or grounds for the, to remove the state prosecutor from having that discretion.
At that point, you're a lawyer. At that point, your lawyer is like, well, it's going to cost more money, and it's going to take a lot of work for me just to get this thing in front of a different set of eyes. It really takes the air out of the sails of your counsel when you get am I right?
You don't have a lawyer. The lawyer for the victims really doesn't have any involvement in the decision.
That's right. You don't even have a lawyer.
They can blow in calls and things like that, but that's about it.
Here is the trailer of what I watch. And again, if you're going to watch it, go to Netflix. Don't watch anything on season 2. Just go to season 1. Go to season 2, episode 1. And this guy is pretty much the thumbnail for the entire series, both seasons.
He was 6'5" and had dimples. I swiped on him and he messaged me back.
I told my friend I'm going to give him my number.
People really liked him on the show. He's portrayed as a very likable country boy.
He was the total package. I was like, what? This is like fairy tale stuff.
Looking back, there were so many red flags.
County 911, where's your emergency? I think there's a stabbing. Can you send somebody immediately, officer?
Scott definitely changed.
He left 27 voicemails on my phone
This isn't the one.
Well, this is the trailer for the entire season.
Yeah, they don't have the breakdown of just the one.
All right.
It's because you said season 2.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to play it all.
I'll tell you this right now. If you're with somebody who's a reality TV star, wants to be a reality TV star and has that desire, and they don't have any level of fame or recognition, that person's damaged goods. Stay away from people like that.
And here's the other thing. When a man puts his hands on you.
Yeah, that's it. Gone.
I'm not talking about listen, couples, sometimes things escalate and maybe you grab grab your girl's arm, or she grabs your arm, or maybe she gives you a little hit upside the arm. It really doesn't apply to women because women can't really. I mean, now I guess some could hurt us, but for the most part, this is probably an 80-20 man to woman ratio with regards to who touches who. But and there's like. Me and Heather got in a couple knockdown dragouts one time, and she took my brand new, like I think it might have been a Mac 7 at the time. I don't know what the hell it was, and she threw it on the marble and broke it. And then she wouldn't let me out of the bedroom to go get it. She's like kind of positioned herself so I couldn't go get it. So I just pushed her out of the way, like get the hell out of here. So I guess technically that probably is something I shouldn't have done, but
Bubba Jacobs over here.
But when a guy is strangling you and using knives and when you're at work stealing your laptop and going and pawning it, and then when he steals this bad guy, Wade Wilson, he stole these Mastiff puppies that this person was going to sell for like $2,000 a puppy, and then called the girl that he was living with, that he was abusing, and said, if you tell on me, because she was a dog groomer, and the people who owned the Mastiff puppies was her client. And so they come into the dog grooming place. Oh, my God, somebody stole the puppies. Well, it was her boyfriend that did it. So he called over there and said, if you don't take the rap, I'm going to kill all your dogs. When you start getting like crazy
clearly
people,
a psychopath.
Crazy people just don't turn crazy in one day. Like, crazy people show you they're crazy with several red flags very early.
This guy advertised it with the neck tats and the tats all over him. Listen, I get some people are really into tattoos. The people that are in it are typically trying to cover themselves. Either they enjoy the pain and they feel like they deserve the pain. There's some sort of trauma or issue in their life. I mean, most people who are well-developed human beings don't cover 80% of their body in tattoos.
Right, like one tattoo because you're dead of your mom. I got a tattoo of my son's birthday.
But even then, it's either very significant stuff or sometimes it's painful stuff. But if you see somebody like that, man, just be on your guard with someone like that.
Right.
They're typically not going to be very well adjusted.
And a person like that, Brian, isn't just going to show you one red flag on a Tuesday. There's going to be several. Day to day, you'll see red flags. So get out. Or in some instances, like people think, oh, it's never going to happen to me. Well, these women never thought they were going to get killed either by the person that they were dating at the time. Anyway, speaking of domestic violence and strangulation, Josh Jacobs, star running back for the Green Bay Packers, arrested and now released. Brian, I found it a little bit odd that he is being charged in Brown County, Wisconsin, which is where Green Bay is, the county of Green Bay, but he retained Las Vegas counsel. Now, I know he came from Vegas and spent, 3-4 years in Vegas, but man, isn't this, when you get a small town like Green Bay, you want to hire the equivalent to a Kevin Hazlett of Green Bay?
I mean, he may have that guy also, but I imagine his Vegas lawyers are pretty good.
Right.
I mean, whoever they've spoken with, the state attorney has decided not to formally charge it. He was arrested, and the police, arrested him on charges, but they have not been formally filed.
And I think it looks good based on the description in the news story I'm going to play here. This is one of these OnlyFans gimmicks again. Yep. Professional athlete gets hooked up with an OnlyFans, kind of like Shay, kind of like Shannon Sharp a little bit. I think Shannon Sharp might have done some of that stuff. Obviously, he did. Obviously some of it's recorded.
Because the payoff.
But
realistically,
you got to, man. You professional athletes, you start screwing around with these OnlyFans bitches. They know how to make money. They know how to shake people down. Trust me.
Babyface, is there ever going to be maybe something in where the woman could get in trouble for the fake allegations?
Oh, absolutely. Filing false reports and things like that. But, in this one, it would not surprise me if the evidence that they're looking at is text messages or communication she had with him trying to extort money from him. We'll see what turns out with it, but it might end up being a lot like the Wander Franco situation where, yeah, he did rough her up a little bit, but then she tried to extort him with it and really wasn't a good victim, and so they may decide not to
She may
move
have
forward
claimed
with
herself.
it.
She may not be a good victim.
She may not be a good victim.
5 Packers running back Josh Jacobs out of jail with no criminal charges. The Brown County District Attorney not ready to make a charging decision. The DA saying in a statement, our office has requested additional investigation as there is reason to believe additional evidence may exist that would impact whether criminal charges are appropriate and what charges would be issued. As a result, Jacobs never appeared in court today after turning himself in on Tuesday.
By the way, I think OTAs just started with almost all the teams. They have like a week that they all gather together.
Pat Mahomes was on the field,
and so this could not have. All the Green Bay Packers are in Green Bay right now for OTAs, and this disruption happens.
MJ4 has learned more though about what went down Saturday morning at Jacobs' home. Dispatch audio lets us listen in as first responders answer the
I didn't hear any of this.
No,
I've not heard any of this.
Woman's call for help.
I can hear yelling and screaming, things being thrown. It's plotting to this location. I have an open line, possibly a male-female.
A few minutes later, dispatch received a second call about that incident from a concerned next-door neighbor.
Neighbor is calling.
Well, I mean, Brian, that's not looking good for him.
Well, screaming and yelling and things being thrown doesn't mean that he's the one throwing things. I mean, it doesn't look great in the sense that he was arrested and that the police came and found enough. But when the police come, somebody's going to jail.
Yeah, they're hooking somebody
up. We'll see what happens here.
Now, is it let's say you're screaming and yelling, raising all kinds of hell. You and your wife or your girlfriend, and you threw something at her, but you didn't hit her. You didn't hit her. In fact, you didn't even throw it in her direction. You just got mad, picked up like a flower vase, and threw it against a wall that's like 5 feet from her. Is that illegal? I mean, if you own that vase and it's your house,
well, it's assault still.
Even if you don't hit them,
even if you put somebody in immediate fear of bodily harm,
what
that
if
is
she's
assault.
okay? Let's say you're standing where you're standing, okay, and I throw the vase over to the door we just walked out of, and I'm not throwing it at you. I'm just throwing it out of anger. And the police say, okay, well, he threw it over there, but she was standing 30 feet from it. Is that still an assault?
It's up, honestly, in that position, it's up to the police how they're going to,
score
it, and then it's up to the prosecutor whether or not they're going to prosecute on
Shane
it.
Marzoff, $50.
Hold on, I actually have courtesy of G. Lasker.
Neighbor was assaulted.
Dispatches are later heard saying the man suspected in that assault was not there. He drove away from the home in a Mercedes G-Wagon. But that easily spotted SUV was being tracked with license plate reader cameras.
Yeah, at this point.
Man, even up in Green Bay, they got the tech, Lummy.
Yeah.
They got.
We'll want that vehicle stopped if you come across it.
So, Brian, they got the technology, if I'd flip out and leave here and get on 75 and start heading to my track because I wanted to get away from Rich Creek because she was driving me crazy and we got in a big fight, would they be reading my license plate? Because 75 is a major thoroughfare. Now you can see all those little cameras they got up there. Would they be tracking me maybe?
Yeah, I guess.
Do they put your license plate into the official state data tracking system and now they're on the lookout for that license?
It gets hits whenever you go through like a toll road or anything like that.
Yeah.
And deputies and an ambulance responded to the call.
They have those things now that the cop cars, they drive and they got like these readers, all like one on the hood and one on the trunk and 2 on the side. And they just drive. And a lot of repo companies have them as well. My buddy TJ, who owns a repo company, and you just drive through like Best Buy or Walmart or Sam's Club or any gathering of people. You just drive through the parking lot and it automatically reads all the license plate numbers. And in the case of my repo guy, it lets you know if that plate, if the person's, behind on payments and its car is on the repo list, and then they just hook it up. Now, criminally, they have the same thing where police officers drive through those parking lots, and if you're wanted or there's a warrant out for your arrest or you have a suspended driver's license or whatever, all that ties to your plate. And they're reading. They literally, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. You just run through the parking lots looking for a hit. So, I mean, the technology is unbelievable.
My buddy Barry Darso, he does repos, and he says it's become the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, you just go to like a Walmart or like a Dollar General, or maybe some of the an Aldi's, some of the lower end deals where
You didn't catch that one, Bubs?
What?
Barry Darso, my buddy, the repo man.
Barry Darso.
WWE.
Oh, Jesus. That is deep. Brilliant, though. I mean, deeply brilliant. Wow. Yes, I'm familiar with, but now that he was the repo man in WWE for about 8 months.
He was smashing the in Demolition, and then they transitioned him to
the
repo
man. And his real name, wow. You got me on that one, bud.
All at Jacobs' home. Police arrested him on 5 potential charges, including strangulation and suffocation. Prosecutors say they're still reviewing the evidence before making a charging decision. TMJ4's Merrill Hubbard breaks down what we know so far.
Josh Jacobs walked out of the Brown County Jail with no charges.
Is she even old enough to be on TV?
That's Green Bay, right? 18?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're getting him out of high school or something. I mean, she's cute, fresh face.
Look
cute.
at that beat up mic thing that she's holding.
Yeah.
WTMJ's got lockjaw on this.
And WTMJ is the big station out of Milwaukee. WTMJ is like the baddest ass television station in the entire state. Like I think they have the Packers broadcast. So for them to have a beat up mic flag, that's a little something.
Noon after being arrested just Tuesday on preliminary.
She needs a cheeseburger. It looks like she weighs about 82 pounds.
She's 24.
Hey, Lord.
She's got that thin hair, though. She does not have TV hair.
No, she doesn't have TV hair at all. She's got farmer's hair.
Yep. Well, no,
it's
that's tough because typically, like girls that wear horses, that ride horses, they have really nice hair, typically. So the farmer's hair, I don't know.
Yeah.
Domestic abuse. I spoke with a defense attorney based out of Milwaukee who works on cases like this one. What's interesting about this today?
Hold on.
Doing a phone interview from her car.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought maybe she was in the car with the guy. I'm like, man, you couldn't go to his conference room? What kind of big time attorney is he? He's like, hey, I'll meet you in my car.
Riz his for the attorney for giving the interview.
Hey, if you give me a little his head, I'll give you anything you need.
Oh, look at that fourth piercing on her left ear there too. This girl's a little freak.
Yeah. Oh, she's from San Diego.
Yeah.
Is that he's been released?
Yeah, I don't know if that's really an upward move in your career, San Diego to Milwaukee. I think that's downgrading.
Wow.
That'd be like going from Tampa, to Panama City,
or Tampa to, let's say, Zephyr Hills.
Lakeland.
Oh,
with
Zephyr Hills.
No charges. That the investigation.
And I get that one too. I get it. Yes, I used to be a Tampa broadcaster, and now
So I'm going to see if
you're just and I'm taking them, Brian. I'm being a very good sport about them today.
They're pretty good.
Yeah. The repo man was the best in a while. He was sick up.
He will be charged. Can you kind of tell me, is that common?
That is fairly common. So particularly in
actually, Brian, for her doing it from a car, the feed looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Right?
Not too shabby.
Profile cases like Mr. Jacobs' situation, the state wants to be very thorough. They are going to be under a very strict scrutiny in this.
Listen, a lot of people being a longtime Packer fan, a lot of people don't realize is that James Lofton got ran out of Green Bay on something similar to this sexual assault to a girl, like at a Milwaukee nightclub, and then I think there's
is that what happened to Mark Chmura?
Mark Chmura, James. Oh, it was not John Jefferson. It was James Lofton. James Lofton got thrown out of Green Bay. Mark Chmura got thrown out of Green Bay. There's been some of these because it's such a small town.
Potential prosecution.
The Brown County District Attorney's Office made a statement Wednesday saying, quote, our office has requested additional investigation as there is reason to believe that additional evidence may exist that would impact whether criminal charges are appropriate and what.
Now, and Brian, that the Green Bay Packers are the only thing that's happening in Green Bay. Like there's no NHL team, there's no baseball team, there's no NBA team, there's no nothing. Green Bay. So I got to think that the Packers are really, really influential, and probably what's the guy's policy? Ed Policy is the new team president. His dad had it. I think it was Carmen Policy, longtime general manager for the San Francisco 49ers during the heyday when DeBartolo owned them. But you know that the president of the Packers, or they're blowing in phone calls right and left to get this thing no-prost.
Charges would be issued.
We know that there was an arrest for strangulation.
Good luck on getting reelected as the state attorney if you take down one of the most popular Packers, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
this case, that's the felony level.
They love their Packers so much in Green Bay that there's an urban legend that Dan Devine in 1973, he came around and turned the program around in 72. They made it to the playoffs, got beat in the first round by Washington Redskins. They had John Brockington and MacArthur Lane as their running back duo. They made it to the playoffs. They got beat in the first round, and then the second or third season of Dan Devine, it was horrible. They were doing and somebody went and killed his dog because the team was doing so bad. That's how much they live and die for their Packers at Green Bay, that the head coach who started out like 1-5, somebody killed his dog. Now that's bad.
I'm going to say this right now. Green Bay probably has the thinnest running back room in the league, and they cannot afford to lose Josh Jacobs.
They have like 3 guys. That's it.
And they're not guys. Marshawn Lloyd
is not a guy.
None of these guys. Chris Brooks, Pierre Strong Jr., who's like a third down back at best. Damian Martinez, Jaden Nixon. I mean, they ain't got
nothing.
They ain't got much.
Yeah, there's a lot riding on this right here.
They're gonna have to. If he can't play, or if he gets,
they're done.
They're gonna have to go out and get a running back.
And then Micah Parsons, he's gonna probably start the season out on the PUP list. And I think that makes it so you can't start till Game 5 if you're on the PUP list. They're saying that's going to happen. I mean, this could completely destroy everything.
Arrest that he was brought into the jail on. So things that we look for in strangulation cases are marks around the neck.
Meanwhile,
I mean, your daughter would have known that.
Attorneys representing Jacobs also released a statement following his release from jail, saying in part, quote, "We are extremely pleased that Josh has been released from custody and that no criminal charges have been filed against him. As we previously stated, we encourage everyone to keep an open mind while the matter is fully reviewed."
Now, Brian, is that pretty big in the fact that they released him with no charges pending further investigation? That certainly is about the best news you could have got, right?
Yeah,
in this particular situation.
I think so. Time's his friend on this, gathering more information and data and trying to, poke holes in the prosecution's case early on before you're even charged is definitely the best case. Now, the NFL still can take action against him. The NFL will conduct their own investigation. So while it may not rise to the level of criminal charges levied against him, he could still be facing a suspension from the NFL, as we've seen from the player conduct rules that they have.
Yeah, so even though the city of Green Bay or Brown County let you go, we may not.
The NFL probably still slap him with 4 games or something. I don't know if he's had any prior issues. If he hasn't, then he should be okay.
He's had prior.
Okay.
Oh, he's had prior?
I believe he's had a DUI, I believe, his first year in the league.
Yeah, that ain't nothing. DUI, yeah.
Well, in the NFL's eyes, though.
Yeah. That's the issue is, they're trying to keep things squeaky clean.
When we return... This guy is a friend of mine. He might be. You know why? You know why we're friends? Because we're both hated. We got to stick together. But anyway, there's a guy in town. His name's Jeff Knight, and he's a friend of mine. I'll in full disclosure, he's a friend of mine, and he's a very wealthy man. He actually, in full disclosure, he bought my plane. He's the one that bought my plane, and. That thing flies almost every day. It flies almost every day to the Bahamas or to the Key. I mean, he I don't know if he's got a Part 35 charter on it right now or what, but he bought my plane. He's the guy. Jeffrey Knight is the guy that was driving his speedboat or his cigarette boat or his go fast boat into a ferry. What was it, a dolphin or a
sunset cruise? Sunset and dolphin.
Yeah, a dolphin sunset cruise excursion where they had like 35 or 40 people on this glorified pontoon boat with seats, and Jeff Knight was not exceeding. He was not like in a no wake zone or anything like that. He was in an area where you can let it rip, and he was letting it rip. And this ferry didn't have a back marker light. And he rolled up on it, hit it, killed a person, And then it's been a complete crap show. They said he left the scene, but he didn't. And I guess it's starting to kind of go through the system. And the headlines were Clearwater ferry captain pleads to a lesser offense and the deadly 2025 crash. But it kind of leads you to believe that it's Jeff Knight that gets the lesser charge. And I kind of took it as that when I saw the story. So I'm like, man, I'm going to play. That's great for Jeff. You know, maybe he'll get a good outcome on this. But it's somewhat misleading because it goes on and tells you all this information. And then it says Jeff Knight's trial, his felony trial, starts in February of 2027. So does any of this have anything to do with Jeff Knight, Brian?
This particular does not. It impacts the ferry captain who's now not going to, I guess, face jail time. Just a fine.
So this is favorable for the ferry captain. This isn't necessarily anything to do with Jeff.
No, I think it impacts Jeff because it supports his one defense, which is that the lights were not functional. There are questions regarding his speed at the time that this happened.
I thought it was in an area where you could let it rip, but maybe not.
I don't know. And also he said one of the reasons, so he's also fighting leaving the scene of the crash. He said one of the reasons was that his boat was taking on water, or had water intrusion, and a subsequent investigation of that boat showed no evidence of that.
But there was a infant that was less than 1 on the boat, and the mom was flipping out and wanted to take the baby to the emergency room. So he was fighting that too. So he and I'm very close to this case because I know the counsel, and you know, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be saying some of this stuff. But it's my understanding that he stayed for about 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes, tried to help anybody on the ferry, realized that the infant on board's mom was flipping out because they had like a laceration or something, and demanded that he take the boat to the dock to go to the emergency room. So he left there and went straight to the took the person to the dock to go to the emergency room. So I think that's a little bit to be considered as well. I'll get into that next. Hold on.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Now, Lemmy, are you up to speed on this Will Levis thing?
Well, yeah, I mean, I know about the sex tape was a couple years ago, but I don't think it was known that they paid for it. His mom just all of a sudden came out and started talking about it.
All right, well, I'll probably rely on you a little bit.
Okay.
In 2015, the victim was between 10 and 12 years old. More about a former double.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
5.
Well, at least I know I can feel safe if I want to party here because you got an AED and Narcan in the bathroom.
Yeah, don't you think that's pretty cool?
That is pretty cool. Although, who'd you buy that Narcan with in mind?
Nobody. Nobody.
Just gotta have it just in case. You never know when you're gonna have an opioid overdose.
So listen, tell me I wouldn't, like, if a guest came in and they had some event, okay?
Yeah.
And we did our best because I'm not required to have any of that.
No.
But I have it. And
I mean, this is kind of I would say more than the guest, it's your place of employment. So
yeah, I mean, it's a business.
Yeah.
It's a business. And so I think it would make me look good.
Yeah, it does.
And my stepfather, as you know, would be alive today had there been a working AED machine at the clubhouse he was playing poker in.
Yep.
He'd be alive. He died of AFib, and that's exactly what the AEDs do, right?
Well, didn't he have a Widowmaker?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it was
he had an AFib.
AFib. Oh.
And he went 21 minutes without oxygen to the brain.
Damn.
And listen to this, Brian. There were 2 AED machines in the clubhouse. One had a dead battery, and 2 was locked up in the golf pro's office.
You guys didn't want to make a claim against them?
Tried, and you could not pierce their CDCs. You could not pierce it. But my stepdad be here today, and that machine is foolproof. If you hook it up to a guy, and they're not having a moment that machine can fix, it tells you to take the paddles off and turn the machine off. You've probably seen them, in your work, in your line of what you do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it literally, you could be retarded and it will tell you what to do. To the point when they're administering the shock, it'll say, please do not touch the body, stand back. And the other thing, Brian, is on the model AED machine that they had at the clubhouse, when the battery goes low, it makes an obnoxious sound like the siren until you take the battery out and replace it. So they had actually taken because the battery was making because the unit was making such a fuss about it being dead, that they disarmed the battery. So they had knowledge that their unit was fucking broken.
I still would have gone after a claim against them.
I know. I wonder what the statute of limitations is.
2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, all at the Bubba Army, now returns.
$100. Woo! 3 guesses and the first 2 don't count.
John Costeca.
A babyface huge fan, Johnny K. Steel slinging outlaw, Valparaiso, Indiana. Thank you, John. Babyface does well. People love the babyface.
I love that horn so much more than the old one.
So let me ask you a question.
We would have all gone deaf with the old horn in here.
Well,
that's the plan.
Here.
No.
So let's talk. Let's talk through this, Brian. Okay, let's talk through it. This is a calmer Bubba.
Okay.
And I think you guys. I mean, can you tell that I'm a little bit more calm? And because 2 things.
You should be. You're living the dream, man.
But two things have happened. One, I passed that damn kidney stone that had me down for at least a month.
Oh,
I mean, and nobody here in this room can understand what the amount of daily dull pain that you have to endure when you're suffering through passing a kidney stone. There'll be some people that are listening or watching the show, they'll be like, oh my God, yes, I get kidney stones, and it's the equivalent. They say it's the equivalent to having a baby for men.
They've had women who have had both rate the pain, and they rate them very similarly.
Yes, thank you very much. And it is just like it automatically puts you in a bad mood because you got this dull pain.
Pain?
Well, at times, it's always dull. It's always dull. Always. But then you have instances where you'll go a couple hours as it's moving that it's just gut-wrenching. So one, I passed it, and that was a long one. Usually once it starts acting up, I'm about 10 days to this was an entire month. That put me in a bad mood. And then the stress of getting this place built and moved was just really wearing on me, and I literally walk in here every day as it's about a 90% completed and just have all that pressure off of me, and the containers are moved and the back merchandise trailer is moved. Let me, Bobby from Live Fast, he had to actually buy, because the trailer tires on Nikki's old merch trailer, that rat-infested,
of course,
single wide.
Where I got my first start.
Yeah, that's where you first started.
Yeah.
Well, the tires had dry rotted out, so he had to go and jack it up and put 2 new tires on it just to get it to roll down the road.
Jeez.
And so 2 things have happened. 1, I passed my kidney stone, and 2, this place is really shaped up nice. We still got some things to do, but I just got a big relief off my shoulders and getting out of that. Although, we still got a lot to do over there. We really do.
Yes, I was there yesterday. We do.
I got to go there today. I sold the other half of my Dimebag Daryl amps.
Oh, nice.
I had to split them up. Dan's buying one half, and then this other guy is meeting me over there today to buy the other half.
What does Dan want with it?
Dan,
he's going to rip his guitar on it.
He's a guitar player.
Yeah.
Dan Halen.
Yeah.
And he's, which I'd have, Brian, you've seen how big they are. I don't know where he's going to, he's going to have to get help to move them, and he's going to have to get help if he's going to take them into the carriage house.
Is he going to play that for the 25-year-olds he brings over?
I don't know.
And let me play some Cat's Eye for you, girls.
And here's the deal. Let me play Smoke on the Water.
No, they're not going to know that. He needs to modernize his library there. He needs to learn some Benson Boone.
Let me play some Cardi B for you.
Yeah, he's got to figure out what the kids like.
And Lummy, I am slowly selling pieces of my gym equipment that are redundant. I sold my bicep and my tricep machine because once I get my gym in place, yes, indeed, let the haters and trolls, yes, let me validate probably what you're going to say. I am the fattest, most out of shape guy that has his own personal gym. And I'm not proud of that.
I don't think you're probably the fattest or most out of shape with your own personal gym. There's got to be more people out there.
I can't think of any. So anyway, I do.
You have the 10th nicest gym in the world that doesn't get used.
No, stop. My gym used to be a lot nicer, but I've had to sell a lot of the equipment over the years just to stay afloat.
And the gym, and the building,
and the building. Yeah.
And both buildings. But hey, you're happier now. Lean, mean, fighting machine.
Yeah,
you're living the dream, dude. You're a shut-in. You now don't even have to. You walk 50 feet to work, and you get to do your thing here in nicer studios, less cost, less stress. I don't.
And let's not forget that the log cabin that comes with this studio is really nice. Like, my whole setup is pretty nice.
It's very nice. You've got the perfect setup for you. Now, if you take the little bit of narcissism that you have with wanting to be back on top and still be in radio and all of that away out of the equation, you've got the perfect setup for yourself.
Hold on, help me get through that. What did you just say?
Yeah, what?
Because I think that maybe you don't know our business template, but we are able to sustain our business and make money. Doing what we do. How does that make me a narcissist?
No, you want to be back on top. Like, you're not happy with where you're at. You want more.
Yes, everybody does. Don't
Not
you?
everybody. Sometimes you can be like,
Are you happy with your caseload right now?
Yeah. If it was to stay that way, I certainly am a quality of life, not a quantity of life guy. As long as my needs are met and I'm happy, then I'm not wanting for more.
I am completely content with what we got. And we are showing unbelievable growth digitally.
I'm not. Don't take it as an insult to you. You long for those, the serious 98 Rock days again. I mean, I know that that's deep down what you want, and I don't blame you for it.
I don't think it's ever going to happen, though.
I mean,
really
whether or not it happens or not, what I'm saying is embrace what you have now. Love what you have now, because you've got.
But here's what's most frustrating, and you can help me navigate through this. And you're very honest with me, and I appreciate that. And I think that maybe in our last couple interactions we had that you probably, I'm not trying to put myself over, but I think you can maybe see I'm trying to be a better person.
Yes.
I'm trying to be more understanding. I'm trying to be easier to work with. I'm trying, to just I'm just trying to be better. And things that used to maybe flip me out and I'd be just absolutely, is it unconsolable?
Sure.
Yeah, one of those two, and just be, forever hold on to this particular issue and go on and on and on and have no mindset of compromise or anything like that. As I get older, I become more appreciative of what I got, but, I of course, here's what I'm most mad about, Brian, and I'll never let it go, that I got screwed out of what I had. Somebody took it from me. They continue to do it. And if I was given an opportunity based on quality of the program and the visual, and just my overall product compared to other people's product that are rewarded handsomely in this market, I know I would be doing well. I know that we would win if we would just be given a chance. My brand and name recognition in this market is still very, very, very much, to the forefront. And I still am the biggest name ever to be in radio in Tampa, Florida. And if all I need is an opportunity. But I've probably screwed all of that up. It's my own fault through my own actions, through various scandals and stupid stuff that I've been a part of that are all my fault, that I may never get that opportunity to be back as the #1 morning show in Tampa, Florida. But I'll never stop wanting that. Do you agree that potentially if we were back, let's just, for all intents purposes, say that 98 Rock put us back on this existing show that we have in the same, feeling and, that we wouldn't be immediately very, very, very competitive in the marketplace.
Oh, I think if you got back on 98 Rock, you'd be #1 again.
I mean,
I don't think there's any doubt about that. I will say this, though. Man, the radio game has changed. I don't know a single person, not one, who listens to the radio. Not one.
I actually, by the way, Lummy, another $100.
All right.
From the great, and it's denoted as specifically Babyface Thursday, Hierarchy.
Harvey.
So, Brian, here's the deal. I actually am still very, very good friends with a very, 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 very high-ranking, influential person in the radio space globally. They happen to get They got their first start in radio in Cincinnati. They migrated down to Tampa. They were a corporate guy based out of Tampa, ran the rock division in Tampa, and ran the rock division for a particular big company for years, and now is like third in charge of the entire company with regards to programming. And him and I are still very close. I attribute a lot of my success to him. And we have lunch about twice a year. And we just had lunch last week. And he said, of course, I'm like, man, if I was back on 98 Rock, man, he's like, you're right. You would do well. But what you don't realize is all the local guys, all the guys that you speak of that you'd like to compete with on the FM dial, they all would wish that they had what you got. They're all trying to establish a YouTube channel. They're trying to establish something that can digitally generate them some income, for in fear of radios being choked down, layoffs, AI, jukeboxes. And every one of them, because this guy manages them, every one of them talks about how they wish they had our digital world because they wouldn't have to worry about sucking the corporate Radio D here in town.
Absolutely.
And so he's like, you've reversed engineered it. As much as you want that, they want what you got. None of them have what you have. You can support yourself, pay your payroll, pay your rent, pay all your expenses, and make a living digitally. Nobody else in this market can.
And they won't be able to. When it goes away, when their time is up, which the clock's ticking on everybody in radio, especially a few of them, when that time's up, then what? Then what?
So I was listening last week when I went to the track on Thursday I was flipping around the dial. And this one particular host did 9 minutes worth of commercials. 9 minutes and 20 seconds worth of commercials. Let me 813-90 Bubba. A little bit more of a reach for me to get to that phone.
I know it's
my short little T-Rexers. Let me see here. Hi, you're on the air. By the way, 813-90
Bubba, Mike from Tampa.
Hi, Mike.
Wanted to know what your thoughts are on the Babyface's defection continuing the blizzard.
Thanks, Mike.
Dick.
I spoke to Brian about. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
I spoke to Brian about that, and I wasn't happy about it, and I'm not happy about it. But there's nothing I can do about it. Brian is very valuable to what we do, and Brian chooses to do that. One of the things that I'm very uncomfortable about is it's never happened to me before, where I've had somebody leave, a major player leave, a major 5-day-a-week co-host, very, very talented person, I would equate it to like when Manson left and if Lummy was still doing shows with Manson. I don't know that I could wrap my head around that. Well, I'm trying to wrap my head around this, and I'm trying to deal with it. And I was not expecting, very rare do I get locked up. I was not expecting that phone call. And there's really nothing I can do. Brian, I mean, I don't know if you choose to talk about it or not. I'm sorry. That's...
No, it's fine. So Bubba and I had a discussion about it, and I understand Bubba's perspective on where he's coming from, and I thought we talked it out pretty well, and I'm prepared to continue to talk about it and revisit it and everything. My take is this. He say what you will, he may have acted up and been insubordinate, but Seth left this show. He was terminated. He was fired. He didn't leave the show. He didn't steal from Bubba. He didn't cheat Bubba. He has not mother effed Bubba. He hasn't said a bad word about Bubba publicly. You haven't heard a word from him.
Neither have I. And neither have I.
And you've been great too. And so I had developed a friendship. Our daughters are friends. They have play dates together. Seth approached me and said, listen, man, I'm struggling. He regrets losing this job more than anything. I can tell you that right now. Okay? He wishes he was sitting right up there right now, and he realizes how badly he screwed up, not just for himself, but for his family. And he has been out there now and trying to find a job in this market with his skill set has not gone well for him. Okay? He did not walk out. He left the studio. Him and Bubba got into an argument in the parking lot and was told not to come home. His take to me was that he expected it to blow over. He expected at some point to have a conversation with Bubba. They would talk it out, work it out, and he would be back here. It didn't play out like that. Bubba had had enough. It was the breaking point. It was probably time, with the tension that was there, and that's fine. But he came to me and said, "Look, man, I'm kind of desperate. I'm throwing myself at your feet." He goes, "I know you say what you want to say and do what you want to do with this." He's like, "And I know it's a big ask of you, Brian, but I'm trying to find a way to make ends meet. And would you help me out by continuing to do the Blizzard podcast with me? It helps we're still doing the card breaks together and things like that. We're intertwined. It's not like I didn't have a business relationship with Seth. I have thousands of dollars tied up with him still on things that we're doing together. So Bubba had said that he wishes Seth well, and he understood that I was still doing the Blizzard thing, and he meant the breaks with Seth, and didn't have a problem with it. So, Bubba and I spoke. I understand his perspective, and I said to Bubba, if Seth badmouths you, mother F's you, does anything in any way to hurt you, I'm done. Like, him and I are done. I won't help him anymore. I won't, But at the same time, this guy is at his absolute lowest. He hasn't done anything that's beyond reproach. And
hold on. Let me just stop. I've not said one word.
Okay.
I've let you go on.
Yeah.
And I'm not arguing with you. The only thing the reason why he's not back, and the reason why he will not be back, and the reason why I fired him and I was finally fed up, was that the mocking on camera of the show, I just happened to catch it. It'd been happening for a long time, where he was checked out, and when I would say something, or Dan would say something, or anybody that he didn't necessarily agree with what we were saying, he would do all these type of slash in the throat, shooting himself in the head. And before I decided that was not in the mindset to have him back, I instructed Gary and Lummy did not tell on Seth. I gave them and I don't give a lot of orders around here, but I ordered them to give me a montage of the last 30 days. It was their job. I said, I want you to give me a montage of the last 30 days of him doing these things that I've obviously missed because I don't really monitor it like I should. I have other things to do to put this thing together. And I'd seen like 14 or 15 incidents, half of the time, every other day, or 3 times a week or so, he would do these disrespectful gestures, kind of belittling the show or whoever's talking or me. And I thought at that point, I can't allow that. I can't allow that. So that's my reasoning. Otherwise, you're right, Brian. He'd be right back here because he's that talented.
Well, and he has a passion for this profession. And I will say that I don't agree with the way he handled things. I don't agree with the gestures. I think it was dumb on his part. And I'll say this to Seth's face. I mean, this is not, I try to always be a very fair, honest person with everybody. And he had some level of frustration, especially on Mondays and Tuesdays with the programming and with the way the show was going. He didn't think it was the best radio. And the bottom line is this: it's not his show. He was a co-host, and he needed to do his job, and that is to show up and contribute. And even if you don't think it's the best, or you don't like the story, or you don't like whatever it is, you still participate and you try and make it as good as you can for that segment. You're not going to agree with every story that's on here. You're not going to love every content or somebody's take on things, but it's not your show. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge show. And he did not respect or appreciate that, and it ultimately cost him his job. And I recognize that. At the same time, he has handled himself in a way subsequent to his termination here that I think is admirable. Most people mother F Bubba on their way out. Most people go and do podcasts with the enemy. Most people go to the enemy and try and help them and do things to hurt Bubba on the way out. Which would not be, I wouldn't tolerate that for a second. And he has not done any of that. And if he does any of that, him and I are going to have a falling out.
Well, I don't think we need to really talk about it any further. I appreciate your explanation. We've had this conversation. I don't wish ill on him. He was not only a co-host, but he was a friend. I'd helped him I acted as a pretty good friend in some situations, and he was a good. Well, he really didn't do much for me, but in times of need, I stepped up and was a friend, and I considered him a friend, and it's more. I'm not mad. I know that this sounds real bitch-like, but I'm more hurt than I am mad, and I eventually, as a man, had to protect my business and protect me being the leader, and I had to sack up and do something that was not popular and uncomfortable, but I felt that I needed to make that change, and we don't really need to talk about it anymore. And I appreciate you being good to me. I appreciate you still coming in. You're a very valuable, very, very valuable asset that I have. I think you have, and you're a team player. You're compassionate about putting out good programming. You're very witty, and I don't think we really need to. You know what? Maybe that call was actually good because maybe that needed to be said. Maybe we needed to kind of wade through that a little bit and clear the air so that people understand that you and I are on the same page. You and I had that discussion. You just didn't do it behind my back. We had a discussion, and and now we've shared it with them, and I don't think there's really anything else to talk about other than I wish him and you well and whatever you guys are doing. And
I'm not going to, and I made a promise to Bubba, and I'm going to keep it. I'm not using his show, his platform to promote anything. I realize that, and I'm appreciative to Bubba that we were able to build that because of his platform and his show. And again, if anything that we're doing, that Seth's doing, in any way adversely impacts or hurts Bubba, I'm out of it. Bubba's been my friend longer. My loyalty lies with Bubba. But at the same time, Seth's in a bad place. He's, overall, and I'm, I don't want to turn my back on him and his family in their hour of need right now.
It kind of, the expression, you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Oh, 100%. And he would, if he could go back in time and undo that at all, he would do it 100 times over. I know that for a fact.
And listen, I appreciate that. And listen, I'm not perfect. I have made just as bad as decisions as what Seth did and disrespecting me by throwing the whole headphones and acting like he was shooting his neck and he was I've done worse, and I've had to pay dearly for it. And now there's a dozen things I wish I could go back and redo. It's just, when you're doing live, spontaneous, high wire, non-recorded, don't have the option to be able to go back and edit. When you do, a lot of people, Brian, don't really realize how hard what we do is, meaning like to spontaneously be on this live high wire. A lot of podcasters, not to take anything away from their talent, Joe Rogan, Patrick Bet-David, all these, Megyn Kelly. Megyn might be live, but most of them are recorded. And I'm not saying anything bad about them, but when you record something, you have the ability to make it the best it can be because it's not live. But when you do live stuff, sometimes the expression, things get away from you, happen. And that's probably an example of that. So that being said, as much as I was tripped up by that phone call, I appreciate that phone call because it opened up a topic that otherwise I wouldn't have opened, that I think sheds favorable light on all parties and what's happening.
Bubba's been great with it, everybody. I mean, he expressed his concern about it, and I shared with him my perspective. I mean, we had a great conversation.
I blew a call into Brian, and I went from a 9 mad to a 4 mad. Brian walked me through it and basically told me what he just said on the radio. Basically walked me through it and why he's doing it, and him and Seth are personal friends, and their kids play together, and
they have play dates. I mean, it's hard to separate that relationship.
That really kind of broke me down because I don't want to ever cause Ariana or your wife or anybody, or Walker or anybody's significant other or child I don't ever want to be disrespectful. You know, let me, like, I was always kind of afraid, like, when I played some of Walker's stuff of him, you know, moonwalking and all that, that people would take it that I was being, you know, judgy on Walker, and I never wanted anybody.
Of course not. The only person who's judgy of Walker about that is Lummy. Everybody else in America loves it.
Exactly.
Well, Ashley gets a little fed up too.
Oh, Ashley's the one encouraging it.
No, Ashley,
I think she says it to my face, but behind the scenes, she is encouraging it.
100%. She loves the social media traction she gets from that stuff.
I think it's more. I think she's trying to appease me in some way, but
yeah, she didn't care about you.
Yeah, exactly.
You have no say-so.
she makes you think that.
Exactly. She just tells you what you want to
hear. She knows how to work,
much like you do me.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's not part of the solution. He's part of the problem. It's Bubba the Love Sponge.
You know, we'll discuss it
You
and
didn't
work
even
through
give a
it.
Vanilla Ice reference. If it's a problem, then
I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it.
Hey, I saw the neatest thing. You know, he's he really took all of his money that he made. Well, first of all, he had
real estate, right?
Well, he had
flipping
to
houses and shit.
Well, he had to fight. He didn't get paid because Queen. That hook that he stole, but he brought like a Harvard music expert in, and they were able to prove that he was like a half a note change. So then at that point they had all these royalties in escrow, you know, and so he got them, and then he fucking got a great family. He does house flipping, like, and he went from like mediocre to now high end. Like he flips $4 million like deal.
So I guess he paid them $4 million ultimately.
Okay,
is what the report
but
is.
I bet you
$4 million of what he made off of.
And see what Ice Ice Baby made. I think it sold 15 million singles.
So, more. So to this day, around $800,000 a year he makes $400,000 a year in royalties off of that
money.
Song alone.
Yes,
off of that one song alone. While he's been worth as much as $25 million over the years. But I mean, even if you just take, let's say he averaged $500,000 a year since that song came out. What was it? 1990.
1990.
So 36 years. $18 million alone, easily.
So when we had Richard Marx in here, Richard Marx, his mailbox money, because he had like seven.
He writes for other people,
and he wrote.
And he had hits.
Well, he had like 6 or 7 number ones in his own, but then he wrote like 5 or 6 country number ones. Listen to this, Brian. His mailbox money at the time when we interviewed him was $8 million a year. $8 million a year.
Wow.
And now Vanilla Ice now they're doing these 90. He
wrote The Boy Is Mine for Monica.
Yes. And he wrote a couple other like big time country number ones.
Yeah.
He was probably him and the Hay guy. What was from
Richard?
Colin
Hay.
Him and Colin Hay and Jack Blades were probably my favorite. Well, Kevin Cronin from REO was fucking cool. But Colin Hay, I forget who had to talk me in to bring him in. And remember, Lummy, how good, were you there around with Colin Hay?
Yeah, he was good at when he was doing all the singing.
Well, he did.
He brought everyone in.
Like acoustic man.
And included us, it was great.
Land Down Under?
Yeah.
Your fridge is here.
Oh, I know.
Do you want to bring it in?
No.
Okay.
After the show. Or maybe during a break you could bring it in. Well, yeah. No. Just bring it into the garage.
It's in the garage.
Okay.
Do you want us to take it out and at least plug it in then?
Yeah.
Because it takes like a full day to reach full temperature.
Yeah, but just plug it in out there.
Well, but you got to be careful because once you plug it in, wherever you plug it in, you got to leave it for a few hours or you can blow the
we're not going to. Yeah, we'll be good.
Yeah, especially initially if it's brand new.
Because the compressor juice has to kind of...
It's got to get all the way through the pipes, and if you shut it off when it hasn't done that, it can freeze up and lock up.
Yeah, we'll just leave there and then we'll put it in.
Yeah, I would leave it there for the full day and then bring it in here.
I just let it settle,
Tomorrow
not plugged
morning.
in.
Yeah.
And then after the show, we'll put it where it needs to go.
No problem.
I might leave it until tomorrow. Yeah.
Or at least tonight.
Yeah. Has your commute shortened? Is it quicker for you to get here? About the same.
I'm working on okay.
10 minutes each way, though. That adds up over the course. And you sometimes would have to make multiple trips into the studio a day. So, I mean, you find 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. And you're not having to pay to go.
Yeah.
Because you're not taking the vets.
Oh, I wouldn't take the on the way home?
Yeah. So that's saving you money. I gotta say too, it is super nice if you need anything when you leave the studio here. You've got plenty of options. Where
Here's the thing: I'm in the woods, but in 5 minutes or 4 minutes, I can be anywhere I need.
Yeah.
Target.
I mean, you got a Starbucks that's open at 5 a.m. So you literally can pick stuff up on the way into work, or 5:30 whenever it starts. And you've got other options where we are. It's not very.
Hey, it's Bubba. Big Gus has already found all the salespeople he needs. He's already found the technicians he needs. Now he just needs you to come by your Mahindra, your Coyote, your Skag, your Steel. It doesn't matter. They got it. Tractor packages, zero-turn bundles, financing, parts. And it's all located at 1490 US 98 West, Mary Esther. More information, you can always go to BigGusTractor.com. Tell the Bubba Army.
What is there not to like about the show? Bubba the Love Sponge.
Guys are awesome.
And I love the sponge.
The show's cool. It's real, man.
He makes me laugh my ass off every time I listen.
I'm a full trucker effect, man, so it gets me through the day all the time.
Bubba the Love Sponge. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
In a story that's kind of close to home, as I think Kevin Hazlett is is counsel for Jeffrey Knight. Jeffrey Knight, a friend of mine, who is probably in a little bit of trouble here. And this is the we haven't really had a lot of news about this case, and that is Jeffrey Knight driving a speedboat, hits the back of a people carrying ferry, dolphin excursion, sunset cruise gimmick. Kills a person, and then there's allegations that he fled the scene. There's just a bunch of stuff. I think currently he has one felony that he's facing? I don't know how many charges.
I think 8.
Yeah, I was going to say there's multiple charges.
And so this is the really first bit of news that we've got, and it has nothing to do with Jeffrey Knight. It clears the ferry, the captain of the ferry boat. One thing that I think might be favorable for Jeff is that the Florida Fish and Wildlife guy testified, which I think that's the jurisdiction, right, Brian? Like that's the people that are the police of the water, so to speak, is the Florida Fish and Wildlife or Coast Guard, right? That's what you probably would get.
Yeah.
I don't think a land cop can do an investigation on what happens on the water. That's the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission. And that guy testified, or the investigator testified, that the ferry boat captain didn't have a working light on the stern of the boat. That might exonerate Jeff Knight. I don't know.
That might be his saving grace.
It might be his saving grace that he did not have a working marker light. Now, there's some other things. Kevin Hazlett's retained like some maritime experts and all types of different experts, and even to the point where the boat was overloaded by 3 people, Brian, and they're actually making like different exhibits that show how much lower the boat could possibly draft skim along the water, how much lower it could be with it being overloaded by 3 people. And the sight line of potentially seeing it, the boat will draft lower, X amount of feet lower with those 3 additional people based on where they were positioned on the boat. So, I mean, they're getting into all kinds of things, as you would if you were defending the person that did this.
I mean, Kevin's doing his job, absolutely, and doing it well like he always does.
Yep.
They are still waiting for justice to be served in the death of a father who was killed when
and listen, and the public and the people on the boat and the media, there's nobody sticking up for Jeff Knight. Nobody. And I am, because I know Jeff Knight. And he's been portrayed as a bad guy, and and he's been involved in some stuff that he's probably not so proud of, just like I have. It's easy to hate Jeff Knight. It's not easy to be on the Jeff Knight team.
Babyface, can I ask, if this was a car situation, right, and a car didn't have headlights and they were driving,
no, it would be rear taillights in this case.
Okay, rear taillights.
Because Jeff ran into him from behind.
Okay,
so it'd be taillights.
Yeah, so taillights, Babyface, right? There's no running taillights, and okay, you're speeding, but you don't have alcohol, you don't have drugs in your system. You're clear on that one, but you're speeding and you're going a little over the speed limit. You hit him from the back. Unfortunately, the car flips. Someone dies. So you'll be responsible for their death?
It would depend on the investigation. If they found that your speed was a significant contributing factor to the accident, more so than just the lights being out or all the lights being out or maybe not one or two lights not working, I would really be fact specific, but it absolutely could be a defense to that for sure if that were to happen. I mean, he has a good defense in this regarding the lights and things
the fact
of that nature.
They were overloaded, no working light, so there's a chance Kevin gets him off this. And that's what Kevin does. That Kevin Hazlett does Kevin Hazlett type stuff, which is get people, a good resolve on something that I think he's facing like maybe 40 years in prison. Whew. Something like that.
Motor crashed into the Clearwater Ferry a year ago to the day. News Channel 8's Eden Hodges is at coach.
Now there is actually footage. This is right here. This is Jeff Knight's boat, and this is the ferry. Now the ferry has front lights. It's got a front light, as you can see, but it has no rear lights. And there were actually rear lights that were there that were burnt out. So it wasn't like, they didn't even have, they had the lights.
Yeah, you have to have two different sets of running lights.
Right.
You have to have a front and a back.
You can see
Channel 8's
boom.
Eden Hodges is at Coachman.
He hits it.
Park in Clearwater, where the family met at his memorial to remember.
And of course, they have to show Jeff Knight's mugshot.
For him.
A year later, the sister of Jose Castro tells me that the 41-year-old father's absence hasn't gotten any easier for
Jose, this guy is the one person that was on the ferry that died. And I'm not trying to,
No, it's tragic.
Yeah, I'm not trying to, stick up for Jeff in lieu of, no, this is a very tragic thing. And I'm sorry for the family.
Family over time.
I miss my brother every day.
It's been 1 year since Jose Castro lost his life aboard the Clearwater Ferry in a crash that injured 10 others.
Note to self, Brian, if I ever go on one of these type of ferries, I'm sitting as far to the front as I can.
I'm sitting right by a light.
For people.
He was.
You know what? I don't think I'm going to get on anything like that. I really don't.
I was going to say, I don't know the situation that would result in Bubba being on a ferry coming back from Clearwater Beach or Sandbar somewhere.
Right. Thank you.
So young, with so many dreams, so many goals in life.
Castro's sister, Sandy Todd, talks to us from Peru, where the family held a week-long celebration of life. Those who weren't able to make it met at his memorial at Coachman Park.
We don't just mourn his absence, we celebrate his lasting impact that he left behind. We move forward even though the path is heavy.
The family is still awaiting a trial.
And they're making Jeff out to be just the absolute bad guy, man.
For Jeffrey Knight, the man accused of crashing his boat into the Clearwater Ferry, where Castro was a passenger.
Which, by the way, there were no drugs or alcohol in Jeff Knight's system. They've determined that, because if that was the case, Brian, this would even be far more bad.
There was no alcohol for sure. They did a breathalyzer.
Right.
He voluntarily submitted to a breathalyzer. Whether or not there were drugs in his system, I don't know that his blood was ever tested for that. But nobody questioned him showing signs of impairment at the scene.
Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, sorry.
So,
I mean, who's on the warm line?
Macho's testing something, sorry.
So do I need to talk? Do I need to?
No. Just leave it.
Okay.
Jeffrey Knight is facing felony charges related to leaving after the crash, along with misdemeanors alleging speeding and an improper lookout. Knight is out on bond ahead of his trial.
It's not fair that he can just go around enjoying life.
Well, listen, sweetheart, that's how the system works. He's not a risk to flee. Judge made the determination that he would offer him a bond or bail, and that's how the system works. It is fair. You can't lock the guy. They haven't even had the trial yet. Not all the evidence has been presented.
Rolling around when the situation for us is completely different.
There's a son that's no longer on this earth. There's a brother.
Man, can you see though, Brian? The media is absolutely on a witch hunt to bury Jeff Knight. Absolutely bury him.
That's no longer here. It's a long road legally for the fight for justice.
At Knight's last court appearance, the judge said that he would like to set.
There's Cav.
Hey.
What's up, Cav?
Would it be better
trial-
to try to maybe get the trial? Could they get the trial moved?
No, it's not. You couldn't.
No, because the jury.
No,
No.
Yeah, they're not gonna. No,
This isn't high profile enough for it to be tainted.
Yeah.
Within this year, the family is hoping that the trial comes as soon as possible.
Listen, Kevin puts on a good enough case with good enough expert witnesses. The right outcome will happen. Whatever that outcome is supposed to be, Kevin's going to give Jeff Knight the best possible chance of having a favorable outcome. There'll be no stone unturned. There'll be no expert witness that he didn't call. He'll have illustrations. He'll have this thing. He's good. I mean, Brian will tell you, criminally, he's one of the best ever. One of the best. He's so connected. He's one of the best criminal guys. Brian, if you were charged criminally, this is interesting to ask an attorney. Maybe I could ask Jay and Dan as well. They probably maybe go with Norm Cannella Jr. Brian, if you got charged criminally, would you retain Kevin?
On the state level, I would retain Kevin. On the federal level, Todd Foster.
Exactly.
Yep.
We want justice for my brother.
Have you ever seen Todd Foster in action?
He is.
He's ruthless.
He may only be like 5'5", but he walks in like a 6'10" guy.
He's ruthless. Judge Whittemore, federal judge. We're appearing in front of him, and Foster turns to me and Tom Bean, and says, "This guy Whittemore is going to flip out because the opposing counsel is from New York, and I guess the New York federal judges didn't have a real big. They didn't really hold the attorneys that accountable for a page rule. Your complaint can only be so. Judges set."
Oh, federal courts.
Yeah.
State courts don't have as strict of rules as federal courts.
Oh.
That's why most attorneys don't like practicing in federal court, because the rules are strict.
So Whittemore had like a 76-page count limit to your complaint. And of course, we're countersuing and defending, and Foster comes in at 64. Just because he knows Whittemore, that's one of his sticking points. These New York sodbusters come in at 115, Brian. 115. So Foster knows that, right? He comes in. We're sitting down because the judge hasn't entered the chambers yet, and he goes, "I'm just telling you, Whittemore is going to flip out of these out-of-towners that don't know that he's a stickler for page count." We step up. The Your Honor walks into the courtroom. The federal marshal or whoever is in charge. Please rise. The great Judge James Whittemore. You may be seated. And Whittemore goes, "This is going to be very quick today." And then he asks the two attorneys from New York, "Can you please approach the stand? The little lectern right there. Brian, the
lectern.
Yeah.
You got it."
And he goes, "Are you familiar with my page rule?" And they're like, No, we're not. and we're just like, oh my. He goes, "Why? Unless you want to be held in contempt, I'll see you guys in exactly 5 business days, and you better rework," or I forget what he said. "You better refile it, and you better brush up on my page rule. We have nothing else here."
That was nicer to them than I would have been. You know what I would have done?
Held them in contempt?
Nope. I would have said, "I took your complaint and the arguments up until the page limit, and that everything after that I disregarded."
And you know what? What people don't realize is federal judges are God. They are appointed for life. They only quit when they die or retire or get in for some scandal. And they're really the people that really frame the laws of our country. Like when Trump has gone crazy, and it's federal judges that have stopped him. Very rarely does he even have to go to the Supreme Court. Federal judges run this country. Am I not right, Brian?
Yeah.
I mean,
so Congress makes a law, and it becomes the law of the land. But then interpreting that law and applying it falls on the judges.
Yep, federal judges. Mm-hmm. Yep, they're appointed by presidents, and they're appointed for life. Period.
We want accountability. I want to close.
Listen, you're going to have accountability. You're going to have a trial, but with a jury of your peers in your community that can feel your pain, but also give Jeff Knight an opportunity to present his side of the story. You can't have it now, sweetheart. That's not the way it works around here. I'm sorry you don't understand, and there's a little bit of a language and an understanding barrier.
That the trial comes as soon as
possible. That'd be like if they just would have locked me up in jail when I won the hog deal, and I just would have had to stay in jail the entire time.
Possible.
We want justice for my brother. We want accountability. I want to close this chapter. I want to move on with my life.
The family is looking forward to Knight's next appearance in court on May the 4th. The captain was also charged.
May 4th?
Yeah, it was just probably. This is an older story. This is the 1-year anniversary of the incident.
So that's why this came up.
That's why this came up. Yeah,
With not having a proper stern light, he's also appearing in court this Friday.
So
in Clearwater, I'm Eden Hodges.
Yes.
This story is dated the 27th.
Yeah, it's the last news piece that Channel 8 did on this, so that's why they embedded it.
Oh, so they threw that there.
Yeah.
So anyway, in exchange of a lesser offense, Kirmir entered a plea of no contest to non-criminal ordinance infraction on Wednesday. This is the boat's captain. The infraction is under the state law that covers a person who violates the navigation rules, and the violation does not constitute reckless operation of the vessel. Court records show that Jeff Knight is scheduled for a jury trial for his felony charges February 1 of 2027.
Babyface, would you have the family start maybe suing the ferry company?
Oh, they
now?
did.
Oh,
they did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I imagine the ferry company's liability limits have been paid out because there were multiple people, not just dead, but he died, but there were multiple people injured on the boat.
Right.
And with them not having the proper lights and potentially being overloaded, that insurance company most likely had what's called a global settlement conference and got everybody together and tried to resolve all the claims at once.
So let me ask you a question. Does that civil apply to Jeff Knight too?
They're going after him, I'm sure, as well.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, if everybody on the boat, I mean, you got the boat.
Yeah, they're going after both. They're looking for justice from both sides. They if I were them, I would have been pushing on the ferry captain to get a little bit stiffer penalty as well, not just Jeff Knight. If you're really looking for justice, because we got to believe that the lack of proper lighting at the very least caused or contributed to the incident.
What is up with Will Levis? He had a sex tape. Backup quarterback for the Tennessee Titans.
In 2024, there was a sex tape with him and his ex-girlfriend that was stolen and distributed.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, and they.
Well, didn't he pay a ton of money to get it scrubbed from the internet or something?
Yes, yeah.
And so what's the story here?
It's pretty much the mom was coming out saying that she was kind of clearing that who did it and what happened and how it got leaked, because a lot of people thought that the sex tape got leaked by the ex-girlfriend. So she was kind of clearing.
Oh, imagine that a sex tape gets stolen and leaked, but the person that is part of the sex tape didn't do it.
It's a spicy story.
That's a zinger I got to go into words with. We'll come back with the Levis gimmick next.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Hey, we'll be right back.
I do have hold on. We got it's stocked up. Anything that you want?
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna. So help yourself.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm just gonna take a look around. I ran in so fast this morning.
This stuff, I don't know why I don't learn my lesson. This stuff I drink, I might stop drinking. It's so fucking messy. Let me turn off my fucking keyboard. Look at it looks like cocaine. Cocaine.
Can you drop it again?
Thank you, Hierarchy, and thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Lemmy, and thank you, Johnny K.
Jim Marzell. $50.
Did we say hi to him?
Yes. I was just rethanking him.
Man, that feels good in here. I think I got 6. I think there's 6.
I love that you guys brought the engineering door with you.
Well,
that's cool.
Well, and it was already insulated, so
Yeah. But still, a nice piece of the old studio coming with you, you know?
yeah.
Had that made its way from Lemon, too?
No.
Oh.
Well,
that's a lot of stickers and shit on there.
no, I think it did. I think it came from Lemon, and where Dave Rice used to sit. Remember that corner?
Yeah.
Which would be literally just right across the wall from me. Tom's moving out of there, isn't he?
Tom's not, but his people did.
Is it already done?
Yeah, they have a new like palatial.
I'm not gonna mention where, but I know where it's at. Did they got the rebuild done and everything?
Yeah, it was supposed to be done by March, but they're out now.
So, is it just Ken and Paula and Tom?
Yeah, Ken, Paula, and Billy.
Billy, Paula, Tom, Ken.
In the back, Tom still has his office, which is your old studio.
Right.
And then
how about that little conference room across the way, which was my office?
Yeah.
And then Brent and Spice Boy.
Yeah, 2 more offices there.
Is anybody in there?
Those are empty. The back's empty, so we're gonna do some stuff down there.
Send a couple paralegals down there or something?
No, we're gonna make like a hearing room with green screens where if you have a hearing in front of the judge, you can be in a quiet place.
So kind of more like a Zoom deal.
Yeah.
So
and then maybe get like a couple massage chairs down there or something. And
where are you gonna put the hearing room at?
Probably like that back right room.
Back right room.
So if you're like facing the kitchen, like facing out of the kitchen and bathroom, back right corner past Paula and them, that back right office.
Oh, okay. And then how about those?
The one that was by Manson's recording room.
Yeah. How about those 2 little front offices by Tom's?
I don't know what we're gonna do there.
And then what about like where
they're too small and narrow to do much with?
Yeah, I know.
Maybe that's storage or something.
How about Dave Rice's old one, Janice's old office?
Yeah, that's the one that I think we'll make a hearing room.
Oh, okay, Janice's old office.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are extended.
And then if you look in there, I had a little production studio straight on, and then to the left was engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Those are probably vacant, aren't they?
Engineering was to the left. Oh yeah. Those are vacant as well. Yeah, all of it, but that front, your office, and then that little, we'd call it like the annex. You know, that little side area where the shower and everything was.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only places that are taken, and then the rest of it's open.
They tore the shower out of it, didn't they?
Like we'll probably make like a little kitchen break area down there so that people don't eat upstairs.
Right.
Don't need our office smelling like food.
You could you do some focus group trial practice?
I mean, we could have extra offices down there in space for that shit.
So we're back.
Oh, gee.
Come on.
Don't listen listen to him? We hate him.
Oh, man, this sucks. What the?
I'd like to move this thing along.
Bubba the Love Sponge. Back, despite overwhelming public disapproval. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I didn't even know Will Levis had a sex tape.
Well, he did a good job on scrubbing it then.
Yeah. Did the people that extorted him get in trouble?
No.
So Will actually ended up engaged.
This is his mother, by the way.
Yeah, she just was on a podcast talking about it.
Engaging in hiring a cybersecurity specialist and private investigator, and spent an exorbitant amount of money to try to get to the bottom of this, and through that try to scrape. You know, it's amazing that you can do this. I mean, it's crazy that these people are even available, but to try to scrape, what they could to make this go away.
Will Levis just didn't have good enough trolls.
His girl was fire, man. Gia Duddy. Whew.
Is that who he was?
Yeah, that's who's in the tape with him, and that's who they originally thought might have leaked it. But turns out,
if I just would have been in the Hogan sex tape, nobody would have watched it.
You're in there very briefly.
Well, that's.
And ultimately, a lot of the content was taken down, but you can never scrape anything entirely from the internet. It's there forever.
Yeah, you're right on that.
So I was just the main of the story was that unfortunately there's another sex tape that was stolen, released, and the person or the people that stole it didn't
face any responsibility.
Exactly.
No accountability.
It makes me feel good. I'm not the only one. I'm the only one.
Yeah, misery loves company.
I sent you who she is. Gia Duddy.
And when Brian says she's fire, he's got a pretty high threshold. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I mean, whoa. Is that a lot?
That's not even a great shot.
She
has no makeup on there.
Well,
when she dolls herself up, other than those eyebrows.
I like the no makeup look. I don't like a whole bunch of makeup. Look at this. Hold on. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. I usually don't like spiral perms either. My Lord. I don't know. A little thick on the ass.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Says a fat ass 300-pounder. Yeah. Wow.
I bet she has a tight end. Those little freckles on the nose are cute.
Yeah. See, freckles are either cute or not cute.
Yeah.
She pulls off the freckles cutely. And this is who Will Levis was blasting, Lummy?
Yeah, it's his ex-girlfriend.
Are they still together?
No. They broke up, and that's why everyone expected or suspected her to be the one.
What type of numbers has she got? Big?
She went from 60,000, and then when the sex tape came out, she's up to 328.
Well,
now.
she got a huge pop on draft night when Will Levis fell a little bit, and she was there looking stunning, and everybody was like, "Who is that?"
Kind of like a Jen Sturger kind of moment. Remember when Jen Sturger was at the FSU game and Brent Musburger just went on to the point of almost being a little perv about it.
Yeah, and then Brett Favre sent unsolicited D pics to her.
Exactly. But that was after she blew. I mean, no pun intended, but Brent Musburger blew her spot up, and she got some great opportunities for that. Didn't she?
Huge! It made he made her career by being a dirty old man.
Absolutely. Now, a lot of people are making a big deal about this, but I don't think it's that big a deal. And I mean, and that is, the woman, which, by the way, I think this whole entire case was a shakedown and is a big, huge just like an injustice. And that is the E. Jean Carroll, the woman that accused Trump of groping her in the hat section of some high-end store back in like 86 or something, when there was no witnesses, there was no workers from the store. It was just, Donald Trump's. I don't know who's hated more, Bubba in Tampa or Donald in New York. That'd be a close one, wouldn't it, Brian?
These days, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So didn't she win like $86 million, Brian? Something like that?
She got a big judgment against him.
And I think it's been since, has it been overturned?
It's been two. She's gotten two judgments from him. One was for the actual assault, and I think another one was for some sort of defamation.
Defamation. Yeah. But I mean, can somebody look into that? I thought maybe that he had got a favorable appeal.
No, I think the appeal was shot down.
Oh, okay. So a lot of people are making a big deal and how like this is going to totally blow her side of the deal, and that, she's a liar and, this and that. And that is that, somebody financed her litigation. Well, that's not illegal.
Greg from Canada, $25.
Yeah, ask Hulk about that.
Yeah, ask Hulk Hogan and Peter Thiel. A lot of people, including the media, when they were all mad when Hogan won against Gawker, that Peter Thiel financed. Hey, listen, the financing of litigation has been going on since litigation.
Only rich people should be able to have that advantage. It's kind of funny.
And the fact that, most people want to just knee-jerk and be like, oh, well, Peter Thiel paid his legal fees. Listen, that practice has been going on and is not unethical and is not illegal. The court system would never allow it if it was. But for somebody like a personal injury attorney that says, listen, that's what personal injury attorneys, their entire MO. Have you ever heard the expression, if you don't get paid, we don't get paid? That's the way that particular subsection of law works. And then other sections of law can be financed. It's just a business deal at this point. It's kind of a loan based on the outcome of what you potentially recoup. It's not illegal. And they're trying. Listen, I do not care for this E. Jean Carroll bitch one bit. I hate her guts. I think she does not deserve a penny from Donald Trump. I don't think there was enough evidence for them to pin potentially what he did on her 30 some years later. And the amount of the crap storm that the being able to go back 30 years and say that some guy did something to you at a department store when there are no surveillance, there's no witnesses, there's nothing. It's you versus her, and you're the most hated person in the jurisdiction you're being tried at. And so, I don't know why CNN would think this is a scoop. But I guess this dude, whoever this dude may be.
I don't think CNN thinks this is the scoop. Whoever made this Twitter post thinks this is some smoking gun.
Yeah, this is stupid. This is not a smoking gun. This does not change the outcome, the appeal, nothing. And it's not illegal. It's not unethical. It's not a lie. It's not a misstep for her. It doesn't add, a whole new, a retrial or anything like that. This is stupid.
Another thing that he and his lawyers have often spoken about is the lack of disclosure about a big Democratic donor funding part of this case.
Doesn't matter.
A reason it wasn't disclosed, and did you view this as political in any way?
No.
By the way, this is the woman, E. Jean Carroll. This is the woman that successfully sued Trump for like $80 million or something like that. I don't know what she recouped. I don't know what.
Well, $83.3 million was the total award, and Trump appealed it, and the appeals court denied his appeal. So it's something
he's still on the
have
hook
to pay.
for 80 some.
Yeah.
I just completely forgot.
And you know what? Listen, E. Jean. The answer is not that I forgot. The answer is it's not relative and it's not illegal. Right, Brian? That's the answer.
It's irrelevant. It was irrelevant to me who was helping me seek my justice.
Right. It's not illegal. People paying for or funding litigation has been around as long as litigation. I didn't forget about it. It's just not it's a non-factor.
I just completely forgot.
I think she looks dumber, Brian, by doing I completely forgot about it rather than to own it and say, yeah, he did. What's the big deal about it? Didn't change the outcome. Didn't have anything to do with the outcome. Who paid my bills? And guess what? I paid him back, and then a percentage of the case went to him, too. That's the way it goes.
We forgot that he even existed.
In your deposition?
Yes, in my deposition.
Now, hold on. When people, you don't have to just give people information during your deposition. If that question was never asked during her deposition and she didn't perjure herself by saying no, like if the direct question would have been, listen, Miss E. Jean Carroll, did anybody fund your litigation? Is there anybody helping you with your legal fees? Do you have any type of deals going on where somebody else is paying your legal fees and then they're going to recoup a percentage thereafter? If that question wasn't asked, then it's...
Well, even if it was, I think there's another way that this question could have been couched and her answer would make sense. If there were multiple people who helped fund her litigation and they were asking specifically about this one individual, or she failed to name specifically this one individual who was involved in helping to fund it, then she could theoretically have just forgotten him out of the group of 8 people that she listed. Now, if she lied and said nobody has funded my litigation, that's a little bit of a different story than
And Trump would
during
have
a
caught
deposition.
that. Trump would have caught that.
So I would really want to see the transcript to make a determination as to whether or not she's lying, or whether or not I forgot that this one individual who's a Democratic supporter operative was involved in helping to fund, if there were multiples that she did name and just left one out.
Right.
So it's a big difference, and the questioning would matter.
But does it really? I mean, it would be what? Maybe she perjured herself and like give it all.
But then that goes to her veracity and trustworthiness and everything else to do with her testimony. So it could make a difference.
But
it could make a difference. Remember, Donald Trump.
But the CNN people didn't ask the right question or frame it correctly to even get the right information as an answer, correct?
So remember, Donald Trump, the $83 million judgment against him was because he went out publicly and said he had never met this woman, he didn't know her, and it was easily proven that the two of them had met and interacted. He said it with as definitive fact that she's lying and he never met her and didn't know her, and there were photographs of the two of them together.
There's one photo.
Yeah.
At a party back in the 80s or 90s.
But there was also testimony from numerous other people that said he frequented the store where she worked and this and that and the other. So, it wasn't the sexual assault aspect of it ultimately that got him. It was him, saying publicly that she's lying because he never met her.
Hi, you're on the air. Go ahead. I got to get with Macho Man and see if I can make that. Bring this stuff a little bit more. It's almost an impossible reach with my T-Rexers.
Yeah, we'll make it closer.
Hopefully. Hi. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, is this Bubba?
Yes, it is.
Brian's being a little bit his liberal is showing.
Yeah, that's kind of what Brian. That's kind of what. Hold on. Yeah, you're right. And
I thought I tucked it away this morning, sir. What part of my liberal is hanging out?
Thought he duct taped his liberal penis.
Why didn't you bring up that New York changed the whole law so they could prosecute him on this charge?
He wasn't prosecuted on this charge. He was.
No, he wasn't prosecuted, but he was able to be civilly not prosecuted, whatever. I don't know the proper term.
Sir, Brian's a lawyer.
Right?
Hold on. Brian's a lawyer, and he knows the proper terms.
Well, so look, as far as New York and changing the laws, the defamation arose in 2019. That
was after the fact.
But that's what we're talking about is the $83 million that he has to pay out to E. Jean Carroll. So I don't know how anything I said was factually inaccurate.
That was for the rape charge.
No, it's not for the rape charge. That was for defamation, sir.
Well, isn't there two different things?
The rape, I think, was $7 million.
The rape was $7 million. Okay. The defamation was like $80 million.
Okay. Well, the first charge, they changed the law so that they could do what they did.
Okay.
Listen, sir.
And that's a fact.
Sir, listen to me. I think Donald Trump got railroaded. I don't like the outcome of this at all. I think it stinks, but it doesn't change the fact of what happened. They railroaded the guy. I can definitely feel his pain. I've been railroaded in this town just as much as he has been in New York, just not to the tune of the money that he has. But I don't like it at all.
Sorry,
but it doesn't change the fact of Brian being able to intellectually give us his opinion as a person that has standing within this area, who happens to be an attorney, and having been part of my counsel and defending a defamation slander case.
Well, I actually like Brian. I'm very conservative myself, and I've always thought him fair-minded, about stuff because
he didn't give his opinion. He didn't give his opinion about this. He gave the facts. Brian didn't.
No. But what I'm talking about, where they changed the law so that they could bring the suit against Trump.
So the law.
Maybe he didn't know.
No, but the law. So are you referring to the? So New York. I'm trying to research it. New York had a law change in 2022 that said that sexual assault victims could file civil suits, but the lawsuit that Carol won on was filed in 2019.
I think, Brian, what he's saying is that, and I may be wrong, but the $5 million that he lost the first time, the only reason that it was even brought back up was because they changed the law, and then the only reason that there was defamation is because she did sue and win in New York, and they changed the law that she won the $5 million. Trump was really pissed off in 2022 or whatever, and he kept going on because now it was he lost. He was accused of rape for $5 million when he's trying to win his re-election.
So real quick, just so you know,
what's the amount of time you're allowed to bring a suit?
So real quick, just so you know. So the defamation stems from comments Trump made in 2019. The lawsuit was. Hold on. Let me give the full timeline here.
Brian,
this is the problem: is you don't want to listen to anything that runs counter to your narrative. So just listen for a second.
Just listen for a second, sir. Then you can blab all you want. Okay.
So the defamation suit was filed in 2019. It was from statements Trump made in 2019. In 2022, New York passed to everyone the Adult Survivors Act, which created a 1-year look back for victims of sexual offenses, very likely so that this could go after Trump. Fine, okay, but that happened in 2023. That was the $5 million award for the sexual abuse and defamation that he was, for sexual abuse that he was found to have caused. But the defamation that we were talking about was 2019. So it's the Adult Survivor Act and the 1-year look back thing. That seems pretty suspect. I'm not saying the state of New York has been fair to Trump in any way.
No.
In fact, if you go back to my statements on the tax situation with Trump, I was derailing the prosecutors in New York for not specifying what other crimes Trump committed that raised it to a felony, because everything he should have been charged with would have been a misdemeanor based upon New York law unless there were quote-unquote other crimes, and they didn't disclose that in the charging document. So I've been very fair on that. I understand that the state of New York has weaponized themselves against Donald Trump, but as it relates to his defamation claim, that has nothing to do with what we were just talking about.
Yeah, because the defamation, they were only able to go back to the 2019 because it was defamation, because the court ruling in 2022 was to prove that it actually did happen.
Well, no, she could have sued him for defamation and won on just the grounds that it did happen. She's not sued because they're two different things. So she's not the damages for the sexual assault are a separate damage. That only could happen because of the change of the law in 2022. I agree. That's BS. And it seemed like it was targeted directly at Donald Trump, which is BS. So, but the defamation, she can prove that at any time as long as it's within the statute of limitations, which she did file based upon the comments in a timely manner. So she still could have proven that and presented evidence regarding it. She just wouldn't have gotten damages for the sexual assault. That's the only difference. So the $5 million would be the only portion of that she shouldn't be getting.
Well, but that's what I was calling about, is the first part where they were able to charge him for the $5 million lawsuit happened. And then I thought, from what I heard, and I might have heard wrong, that the defamation came because he said something contrary that was ruled on in court that was supposed to be true and was ruled,
No, the defamation came because the jury found that she presented credible evidence that he had met her and he defamed her, which could have been presented irrespective of the 2022 change in the law. The only damages that she was able to recover that were additional because of that 2022 change, the only thing it changed was the sexual assault. Everything else would have been perfectly fine and copacetic the way she presented it. So there was no, she still could have gotten him for defamation regardless of that 2022 change to the law.
All right, bud. We appreciate you, man. Thank you. Your time's up, buddy.
But this is what we deal with. You deal in facts, and it's but every time.
Well, I had to get rid of him.
I get it, but that's my point. Is there's no, we can't have open dialogue and discourse because I'm saying in this country, because if it's outside of what this guy thinks he heard,
and you were even agreeing with the dude to an extent. You're like, sir, I'll give you the fact that New York has weaponized against Trump. I get it. I'll give you that. I'll give that to you all day.
Yes,
but within the framework of what she filed you're wrong. You're not correct, sir.
Well, I mean, some of this is factual, and the facts are that she filed that, based off of comments he made in 2019. It was timely. The change of the law in 2022 did nothing to change her defamation claim against him.
All right, got to go to words. Lummy, when we come back, are we bombing? Are we not bombing? IRGC says that they attacked us. We say we attacked them. It certainly doesn't seem like we're going to have any type of agreement coming up anytime soon when they're attacking, when they're military armed. The IRGC says that they're attacking U.S. air bases, and
retaliatory strikes for attacks for missiles that were launched into southern Iran.
That doesn't
supposedly
seem like a country that wants to, cut a deal. I mean, this is just not.
I think there's half of Iran that want, it's the political people want a deal with us in Iran, and the IRGC just wants us to die.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
I don't know, man. It's just getting worse and worse by the day, and I'll keep using the expression "kicking the can down the road." I mean, there comes a point where Trump's got to pull out. I mean, he's either got to poop or get off the pot. He's in such a stagnant, unhealthy holding pattern right now. He's losing so much support. What I think he underestimated how resilient these people really are, and that he'll never get them to ever agree. He'll say, "We're really close on a deal," and then they'll say 15 minutes later, "We're close on some things, but us giving up nuclear weapon capabilities is a non-starter. We will never do that. We will never do that." So the only deal he's going to get is what we already had before we started this, and that was the Strait of Hormuz has always been open. They locked it down as a retaliatory, thing against our epic fury.
But don't you feel safer now, Bubba?
Oh,
Isn't that worth it?
I feel safer as I'm paying $5 a gallon.
It's worth it.
I feel safer, Lummy, as I have half as many race haulers show up to my racetrack this weekend because diesel is $6 a gallon and they can't afford to fill up their diesel trucks and their haulers to bring their race cars. I mean, it's a trickle-down deal. If you're in the diesel business, trucking business, anything that involves diesel, you're screwed right now. You're screwed. I don't know. We'll get into that next.
1, 2, 3. The audio torture never stops. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
No. But he didn't have to. I mean, we can wait till after the show.
I think he's just going to see if there's slack that's tucked in.
But, Macho, you don't got to do it now, buddy. Lummy, and is that true that we got almost 1,800 people on YouTube, but we only got 58 likes?
Let me hit refresh.
I've been trying to fucking refresh this motherfucker.
Doesn't make sense.
Macho Man, don't fuck yourself on.
I'm not. I just want to help the wires. Gently. No, we have more than that. Let me.
We're at 728.
Yeah.
Let me get this out of your way.
Pull it for some more.
Okay, hold on.
What do you want? Is that good?
Let's see, hold on. Way better. Okay, don't fuck yourself. Okay.
Good. That's why I wanted to help it.
Okay, so look, that's perfect. Cause look, it's right there. I'm perfect. I'm right here. I'm good. I'm good, bud.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Hierarchy. Thank you, Johnny K. Let me remind me by no later than like 5 after.
The Gus.
But I'm right on time. I'm break 5 right now.
Finished 21st in our bowling league out of 40 teams.
Oh, nice.
Right, almost smack dab in the middle.
Do they do individual?
No, they just do like the team payouts.
I should move my team over to yours so we can beat you.
You gotta have a woman though.
Huh? We do.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't your wife average better than you?
Oh yeah, she's the best on our team. For real? Absolutely. She built a 226 last night. I had a 170 something one game. That was good. It wasn't a competition night. We actually brought our daughter and we're just fucking around.
How did Rihanna do? 120?
Her high was 118.
God, her and I would be a nut tugger if her and I played.
Well, she was between a 90 and a 118.
That's exactly what I am. That's exactly. We would be head up like it'd be a great match. Shut that door, Brian.
I didn't open it.
Oh, I know, but
it's shut.
Okay.
The door?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's shut.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't knocking.
That light just comes through a little bit.
Let me know what you think.
Yeah, it's the light hitting the white band.
Yeah. Let me know what you think that today's air is better.
100%.
It's still cold in here.
Oh, it's a perfect temperature, I think.
Yeah.
With the equipment you have and everything, and the lights and.
Well, our main unit's that right there. That's our main unit, and then there's two back there.
Yeah, that's cooling this.
But
stuff.
it was actually going through, so we put the step and repeat in front of the air conditioner, and then when we get our glass.
What's up, Jeff? Yeah, Xerxes. That's what they are.
Yeah, I watched the Kevin Hart roast. It was
all right.
mediocre. I mean, there were some funny jokes, but
they were fucking with Chelsea Handler, wasn't they?
I mean, she deserved it, but yeah. I just don't find Kevin Hart that funny.
I don't either. I don't know why everybody's so fucking enamored with him.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's got good energy and stuff, but I don't find him to be.
I thought Cat Williams was pretty good.
Cat Williams was awesome.
Oh, Cat Williams is the best.
Yeah.
I loved him. He got into him and fucking rock me
What's
and
up, Organic Gene?
Cat Williams. I know you guys have seen it where he's in prison and his wife comes up.
Yeah, that baby is from the Caucasus.
He's from the Vikings.
That baby has an 800 credit score
right now as we speak. And he goes, just because that one's named Darren doesn't mean it came from Darren.
That one's mine.
That one's mine.
And he goes, what about that white guard right back there? And then that guy looks just like the little kid, you know.
He's got the little glasses.
And then if you watch a long form, he asked Darren to go get him some money. Did you watch? Yeah, he watched.
What movie is that from?
I don't know, but it's filthy, but it's so fucking funny.
French Open with the fast conditions. Give me Joker, man. I think he'll shock the world and win another one.
May is Military Appreciation Month at Crystal Harley. They're going to be honoring the military all month long with Hero Cash, $500, plus $1,000 trade assistance towards the purchase of any new Harley. It's the Boats to Goats trade-in event. Trade in an old toy for a new toy, no matter what you owe. Swap that payment for a new Harley now. Trade in that old RV, boat, car, motorcycle, four-wheeler, even a goat. We don't care. More information, crystalharley.com, or check out their Facebook page.
I apologize for interrupting your regular program.
Yo, Power Break, hello.
Should hit these with everything we got, sir.
Living vicariously through his bizarre world.
Imagine how much protein's in my body.
This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I was looking at the wide shot of the studio. I mean, it's a top 1,000 studio, Lummy, of the world.
Oh, of course.
Top 1,000.
Easy.
Yeah. God, it looks good.
I've set up an appointment for 3 months. Top Studios magazine is going to be coming by to do a spread here.
We're going to get a 10-10 on a Beckett rating?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The studio's going to have its own trading card?
No. Top Studios Monthly is a magazine, and they go around and cover all new studios that are built.
Are you being for real?
No.
You got him excited.
I was going to say, well, listen, I've been in the studio business for 40 plus years, and I've never heard of such a thing.
Why aren't any of my other studios?
I'm like, man, I had at B96 in Chicago, we had a nice studio, and we had a pretty nice, and one of my most unique studios that I worked at is WLUM in Milwaukee. It was in a mall. and it was on the second floor of a mall, and the back of the, like behind you, Lummy, was a window, and it was the food court.
Oh, my goodness. Auntie Anne's right there every day for the taking.
So, when you went to the mall to go to work, and it was in the it was in the, I forgot what it was called. Damn it. What mall it was. It's a very famous mall in Milwaukee. But, so that, and then in Philadelphia, we were on this, right by St. Joe's University, in Ballackinwood. B96. Mayfair Mall. Yes. God, you're Johnny Google, aren't you, buddy?
Located just outside of Milwaukee in Wauwatosa.
Yeah, Wauwatosa. Yeah.
Over 160 stores. Wow, Nordstrom, Macy's.
And really malls, I mean, outside of the International Mall here in Tampa, I don't know of any malls that are killing it.
Well, they do well in the north because during the winter it's indoors and you just can't be outside up there in the winter. So.
Do you know that you should know this after the discussion we were talking about bowling? Did you know Milwaukee is the bowling capital of America?
I think you've mentioned it once.
I think the Bowling Hall of Fame might be in Milwaukee. But man, Brian, you talk about people taking their bowling seriously. Milwaukee, man, everybody bowls. Like everybody's as good as your daughter growing up. Like you're indoctrinated with a bowling ball and a Packer.
Bowling Hall of Fame's in Texas.
Well, do you know that's how breweries like Schlitz, they actually would put bowling lanes in their taverns to get people to stay and drink longer.
Yeah,
it comes from kegling, was the German sport that bowling developed from, and because they have strong German roots there, that's why it was perfect spot for it.
Milwaukee's a huge German play, a lot of Germans, and every Friday night in Milwaukee, every little tavern, had a fish fry. It was Fridays were and the best, like that walleye or perch, bluegill, just like it was. Oh,
I'll tell you what fish I'm on to these days. Barramundi, very good fish.
There's a farm raised white fish.
Yeah, but what's it called again, Brian? Barramundi?
It's barramundi.
Barramundi?
Ooh,
it's delicious.
Barramundi.
It's barramundi.
Yeah. Who sings Barracuda? Ooh, Barracuda.
Barramundi.
Who sings Barracuda?
Barracuda is
Heart.
Heart. I was going to say Heart. You got me by 1 second.
I did. So here's Michael Strahan giving us the good news about what's happening over in Iran. Oh, I thought I had it all queued up, ready to go with my space bar.
Now to the latest on the war with Iran. A mixed picture.
Is it Iran or Iran? Brian, how do you supposed to say it?
Iran.
Is it like so?
Iran.
Iran. Even though it starts with an I.
Iran.
You're supposed to say it with an E.
Well, in our terms, Bubba, it's Iran,
whatever.
Latest on the war with Iran.
What's the difference between Iran and Iraq?
Different countries.
Yeah, they're next to each other.
Are we cool with Iraq? Not really?
Kind of.
No.
Are they as big a dicks as Iran?
No. Not anymore. They actually were never as big a dicks as Iran.
That's
true. Where did Iran turn into the dickness?
Since the 70s?
Since we...
The Ayatollah came in there and then took our hostages for 444 days from the U.S. Embassy.
So we kind of screwed everything up in there.
And then Rappin' Ronnie Reagan came in and saved him. But really, at the end of the day, Jimmy Carter actually had him saved, but Rappin' Ronnie Reagan cut a deal with him and said, listen, I want to get all the glory. Jimmy Carter was an ass bucket. Might have been, I don't know, might be the worst president ever.
Let's turn now to the latest on the war with Iran. A mixed picture this morning with Iran accusing the U.S. of violating the ceasefire, but Vice President Vance saying he's hopeful about negotiations.
Hopeful. How many times have we heard, hey, we're just, just a few little things away? Man, Marco Rubio sounded, down and out yesterday. J.D. Vance is saying hopeful. None of this leads to any type of, good news.
To end the conflict. Senior political correspondent Rachel Scott is tracking.
Brian, do you agree with me that if this is still a thing in a little over a month when we celebrate July 4th and our 250th anniversary, if this is still a thing, he's cooked. He's done. The midterms are going to be a bloodbath. America wants this resolved. And if that means, and listen, I'm pulling for the guy. I'm pulling for a good resolve. It just needs to happen in the next 30 days. Or I think that he's going to just have a whole nother crap storm of hate.
You all. So far, I think I'm the only one who still could potentially be right about my prediction of when this would end, because I think you all said by Memorial Day or the first.
I said May 31st.
May 31st.
Yeah.
So
I got a couple
Lummy's
days.
still got a chance. He's got a couple days. It could happen. I said May 31st of 2028.
I said of this year.
Is that what you really said?
I said, yeah, that's what I said. And you all laughed, and I was like, "This is gonna be a while."
But hold it. Let's That's obviously was spoken as a smartass. But like, if you were to give an intellectually honest answer, how long do you think this will go?
Well, that was my intellectually honest answer, in the sense that I don't know how long it's going to go, but I knew it wasn't going to be as quick and easy as everybody thought because of the enemy. They are not the opponent you want to be into a standoff with. They will
care.
Crash into you. They do not care.
They have a better life in the dead. And the way they worship and the way they believe, if you die a martyr, you have the ultimate reward as in the afterlife.
I mean, you have generations of people over there that have been trained to hate America, hate our culture, hate our leaders, hate everything about us. We are the devil to them. And it's hard to beat an enemy like that.
Right.
White House, and good morning to you, Rachel.
Michael, good morning to you. And in just a few hours, President Trump will be hosting a cabinet meeting here at the White House amid all of this uncertainty on whether there will be a deal.
Tulsi ain't going to be there. She's gone.
Yeah.
Tulsi gone. Christine Noem gone. Pam Bondi gone. Does he hate women?
Well, Christine Noem's, she had 220 million of stupidity.
I can see that one. And I can see Bondi, too.
Yeah, but man, does her husband have nice jugs?
With Iran and amid those escalating tensions, the president and senior administration officials had been optimistic.
Man, he just does not look good. He looks not good.
I mean, he looks like an 80-year-old who has a stressful job.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
About the progress of these talks, but this morning, still nothing has been finalized, and Iran is vowing retaliation after the U.S. launched what it called self-defensive strikes in the region. As all of this played out,
but here's what sucks: we have the capabilities to absolutely end this by noon today. We have a whole bunch of military stuff over there. I don't know how many aircraft carriers and F-35s and all the. I mean, we have everything over. We could make short work of this. Why aren't we? Because it's going to be a war. Would it be considered a war crime? Does he really need permission to? Brian, I probably ask you these questions. Like, if he was to just go full-blown Kiss concert and, take out the remaining parts of their infrastructure to cripple them where they had to give in, would it be a war crime?
There's arguments that if you attack what is a civilian target versus what is a military target, how is Iran using people and civilian areas as shields to hide things? It's not a perfectly clear cut situation in terms of a war crime.
Why wasn't Harry S. Truman tried for a war crime when he dropped two?
Oh, he absolutely should have been.
When he dropped two.
I mean, that's the biggest war crimes ever.
Nagasaki and Hiroshima was not anything but civilians. It was right downtown.
Yeah. No.
And so why wasn't Harry S. Truman tried?
Don't know. That's a good question.
But I mean, that in today's definition of war crimes, both of those nuclear, atom bombs that we dropped would have been considered war crimes.
Absolutely.
Correct?
President Trump.
I don't think there was an international criminal court at the time. I think it was developed after, like in the 50s or something like that.
How about the trials of Nuremberg?
Well, I think that's how they came up with it. But yeah, I mean,
I don't think they were going to come after.
It's one of the things. Yeah, the ones that stopped the guy that murdered 6 million Jews is probably not the one that you want to go after.
True. Right. You're probably right on that. That's probably the only thing that saved him.
Yeah.
To Walter Reed Medical Center for a 3-hour visit. It's his third in the last 13 months. The White House billing this as a routine annual dental and medical assessment. But it comes amid questions about the president's health, given recent photos showing bruising on his hands, swelling in his legs. The White House says that the bruising on his hands is from frequent.
And if you're the president, they even zoom in on your ankles, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, they're just trying to screw with you. I mean, like, come on, are you guys going to zoom my ankles? I'm a little puffy, yeah. I'm a little puffy, but what do you got to zoom in on my ankles for? There's so many other issues.
Hand shaking, that the swelling is related to a benign common condition related to the veins. The president turns 80 in just a few weeks and still no...
Listen, for 80, I think he's still got pretty good wits about himself.
So my mother-in-law has lymphedema and issues.
Oh,
with
hold on. We get an infamous mother-in-law story.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
I thought that was for another show.
What I'm saying is she's 70-something years old. She's 75 years old, and her ankles look way worse than Trump's. And she's still, living her life.
Right.
Like,
Believe me, she's living her life.
Yeah, she's living her best life. So.
And my mom is 80. And, she's got some swelling and some bruising and things like that. But my mom mentally is sharp as a tack. I mean, I wouldn't. My mom could be the president. I mean, I don't know if she has the skill set and the political savvy.
She watches enough Fox News.
She doesn't miss the 5. I'll tell you that right now. She absolutely plans her day around not missing the 5. And I try to watch it, and I'm like, Mom, this is propaganda, and I'm conservative. Like I am a Republican and conservative.
Well,
I'm actually more of a libertarian than anything.
The 5 has an opposite view.
Yeah,
they have one.
Please.
She's Jessica Tarlov is awesome on that.
And then
show.
the other guy too, the white guy that's on there.
I like the white guy too.
Yeah.
But it's 4 against 1.
Most of the time, yeah, it's a handicap match.
Yeah, from the White House doctor on this latest visit.
And you notice how Jesse just kind of sits there and is the elder statesman. He doesn't really.
He's a douche.
I kind of agree.
He's a douche.
And you know what? He'll never be Tucker.
And he wants to be so bad.
And so, like, that's a tough gig to fill. Tucker did it better than anybody. Just when they thought nobody could do it better than Bill O'Reilly, then they put Glenn Beck in there, and Glenn Beck did okay. Then they put Tuck in there. Did Tuck take over for Bill O'Reilly?
Yeah, he kind of filled that Bill O'Reilly void.
But did it better. Like Tuck was, I think Tucker was the best to ever be. Is it the 8 o'clock spot?
Yeah,
I think.
Well, rating wise, Jesse Waters has beat him though, but I think it's just because Fox is up. Yeah, it's up more now.
All right, Rachel. We're also seeing more construction at the White House.
Yeah. He's not gonna stop that East Wing grand ballroom, and quite frankly, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it, Brian, just because of this. Almost every function they do has to be outsourced because they don't have the room. And he's not building it for him. In fact, they're saying that it probably won't be done until he's out of office. So he's building it for the next guy and the next guy, and eventually a Democrat's going to be there and be able to enjoy it. Our presidential cycle is very cyclical in the fact that Democrats will get a run, Republicans will get a run, then there'll be like a 1-2-1. Like the Democrats are going to have their time in there soon enough. And they're going to be able to say, hey, we don't have to outsource all of our big, galas and ballroom and journalistic, just all, all the important functions they have at the White House can now be done at the White House, and it's less of a security risk to have to take the show on the road, to keep it in-house where we have our Secret Service infrastructure and we're not at a hotel that we can't lock down as much. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't necessarily see a problem with it per se. It is the rampant Trump hate that makes it not seem like people oppose it. If this was Obama or Biden suggesting it, I don't think there would be as much pushback. I was, interestingly, one of the last civilians to get to go through that building. I was on the very last tour
of the White House?
Of the East Wing.
Really?
When I went up to D.C. last fall or whatever it was.
With your family?
With my daughter. Yeah, we went in August or whatever to go up to a Nats game and see D.C.
Now,
and, it was pretty cool getting to go through there.
I'm thinking about doing that with Erica. Going up there and doing the whole tourist deal. I did it once as a senior in high school, but I don't think I appreciated it like I do as an adult. Because it was a school trip, and we were more about trying to grab ass on Lori Howard than we were about, but we actually toured the White House, the Capitol building, Washington and Lincoln memorials, the Smithsonian, it was pretty cool. I don't think that they even have White House tours anymore, do they?
Well, no, they did up until August of last year, because and they'll bring them back at some point. And they had talked about doing some limited ones with the construction going on, but it is security and safety.
But
headache.
I forget which president paid for or made plans with Boeing for the current 747. Now I know
it was Reagan.
I think Qatar, has maybe circumvented that a little bit and donated one that I think Trump's going to maybe take privately afterwards, and that's a big crap storm in itself. But I forget who does.
That's a bad look. We don't need that.
Yeah, but I don't know which president designed the current 747. But
Reagan did.
Reagan, but he never got to enjoy it. Like, it didn't get built. I don't think it was done until maybe
it was done. It wasn't done until Bush.
So Clinton didn't get a chance to.
No. Bush won.
No. Bush won.
Oh, Bush won.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, presidents will do something for the next guy. And I really think, and people are being way more critical on this East Wing building than they need to be. Because if Trump was making it and it was going to be done in 3 months and he was going to be the only one that enjoyed it, and then afterwards nobody else can. But it's infrastructure that he's building for our country that everybody will get to, enjoy, whether you're a congressman or a senator or the president of the United States or the vice, and it's safer to have all of your parties and galas in-house than have to take it on the road. I got to think, Brian, they would say, when they go and do things on the road, there's a certain amount of cost involved with, the Secret Service.
Oh, a tremendous cost.
So I would think that this place could damn near pay for itself in a few. He got it privately funded. There was no taxpayer dollars involved.
Well, let's be clear on this. The ballroom portion is supposedly privately funded. What really is at play here is the underground secured bunker and operations centers that they're going to be building. That's where they need the government funding, and that's the slowdown in getting all of this approved.
But that's, again, not Trump specific.
I'm not saying it shouldn't be done. I'm just saying the publicly funded moniker thing is a bit of a misnomer because the real cost is the underground tunnel system and bunkering that they're doing, which I'm not saying they shouldn't do. You want continuity of government. You want your leaders to be safe. I'm not saying it shouldn't be done. I'm just saying that, again, it's a bit of a misnomer. This is all privately funded.
You're right, and I was not up to speed on that.
Yes, Michael, this is quite an unusual sight. Crews have been working here at the White House to build a UFC ring on the south lawn of the White House for a fight that's going to be taking place here on.
You better be out of Iran. You better be out of there by this, or it's going to be not a good look. Not a good look.
June 14th.
Circus, if you will.
Which falls on the president's birthday. The White House says this is all to celebrate the nation's 250th anniversary. Cranes assembling this massive arch over what will be that ring there on the south lawn.
Are they ready? Are they already starting to build it?
Yeah, they have to start the build out now. It's coming up in 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks.
No, it's not going to be in
June
July.
14th. No, it's for Trump's birthday. It's not for our nation's birthday, please.
I thought it was for the 250th.
Yeah, that's what they're couching it as, but this is for Trump.
Oh.
The UFC says that they will be footing the bill for this one, but certainly adding to the construction here at the White House, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Somebody just called me Bubba Stern. Really? You think I'm that liberal? Please.
Just imagine, though, how conservative your listeners have to be that they think you're some raging liberal.
Yeah,
it's pretty
God.
crazy.
Can I? Listen, it's amazing that you cannot have my position, which is I want the guy to win. I want the guy to have a good resolve in Iran. I'm a little bit worried about how long it's going. I think we're going too long. I'd like to get it resolved, but I'm pulling for the dude.
I'm pulling for. I'm not cheering against my own interests.
How does that make me a liberal? Isn't that kind of like just being a man and kind of wanting what's best for our country, which is to get some quick resolve and kind of maybe questioning why we did this because it's not going as planned. It's not going like we thought it was.
Bubba, orange guy bad, orange guy good, no in between.
Yeah,
I know. Understand nuance. Jesus. Nuance scare me.
I sent you what the UFC stages or the fight's gonna look like. They did like a build out,
like a mock up. Willie,
like a quick little video.
All right, here we go. Is this right here?
Yeah.
Is it a video?
Yeah, it should be. Yep.
All right, here we go.
Bye.
Oh, it's just giving me stills.
It looks cool.
It looks cool. Now, who's paying for this?
I think Trump said he was paying for it.
We are? He is?
I think he said Trump
I
is.
just want to let you know I'm paying for it.
the Saudis are paying for this.
$80 million to the one bitch.
Saudis own UFC.
They do, don't they?
Yeah. This is the Saudis. It may be a favor to Trump or with his buddies and everything, but this is Saudis.
I got Gus coming up at 15 after Big Gus from Big Gus Tractors and Equipment. He's having a landscaper appreciation day later today at the dealership, and we'll have him on at 15 after. And then all these graduation fights. Yeah. All these people that are fighting at graduations.
I heard he's doing grass for ass. If you bring in all your lawn clippings, you can get a lap dance.
He's calling shenanigans on the D. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
Yes, UFC at the White House is cool and embarrassing, equal parts. President Camacho wants it though, so thank you, 305.
They're fucking each other.
Oh, Bubba, you should do the story though with the lady with the one hand.
I am. I got it.
Okay.
I got it coming up.
Man, there's some fucking corrupt police.
Yep. They fucking got it in their head what they're gonna do to you, and they build their fucking shit around it.
And they lie.
Yeah, they lie.
They just outwardly lie. Even in the face of their lie, they still continue to lie.
Yep.
Bubba, do you want to do how much would you bring the Zoom up now or wait?
He could probably bring it up now. That way he didn't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Is this break 6?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. I got it. So I'm way on time.
We're doing great with time.
Yeah. And time says every day for people need not apply.
How's it embarrassing to have violent conflict, blood sport, on the sacred grounds of the White House? That's a legitimate question.
It's a legitimate sport.
It is a legitimate sport.
So why?
But we don't need to be having it on the White House grounds.
Why not?
It's a bad look. It's weird. I think it's cool, but it's weird.
I don't necessarily disagree with you.
I think you celebrate your nation's 250 years of independence by having two guys beat the shit out of each other at the White House.
Oh hell! I mean, we've not done a Zoom deal yet. I hope we're okay.
That's why I wanted to make sure that we're good now.
What do you say?
He's making sure the internet's not causing an issue.
In audition.
Oh, in audition. Don't have the internet in audition? Audition off.
Yeah, it's off. It's off.
That would be the only thing, maybe. Once that glass is up, you got to get Mach like a little old school speaker that plays up by you, where you can hit a button and talk to you. You can't bang on the glass anymore.
Technically.
By the way,
Technically,
$20.
You could squeeze his little hand in there. There's a little gap.
Whether they've had him or not, I hope it has not been blood sports, Dirt Merchant. Like, having a race on the White House lawn would be one thing, but
back in the 1800s, they used to have duels.
let's see what other events have there been. Nope, the first professional event is the freedom fight. So no, to answer your question, no.
Bubba Army, hit the thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up if you could.
Oh, we've discussed it, Charleston.
So we can hit a G-ball with Brian.
Yeah, we're not too far away. We still have an hour, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Fucking Hulk up. Show them what's up. Yippee-o, yippee-yay.
8-7. Hey, it's Bubba the Love Sponge. If you're looking for a Volkswagen or any quality used vehicle, it's Volkswagen of Wesley Chapel. You can get financing as low as 0% APR on new VWs and as low as 1.9 APR on certified pre-owned. Over 200 new VWs in stock. Over 200 used vehicles in stock. You're looking for a specific car or truck or something they don't have? They'll find it for you. Mention Bubba Army, get an additional $1,000 off new or used. No questions asked. Ask for my boy Rolo. For more information, go to VWofWC.com. Volkswagen of Wesley Chapel.
Due to the miracle of modern technology, we're back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Thank you, Maj. Thank you, Maj. And then we'll just bring it over when we need to bring it over. Gus at 15 after, which is about 5 minutes. I'll blow through a couple fights at graduation pieces of video. I'm not even going to get into what I think the common denominator is here. I think people can probably
that they're young. They're 17, 18.
Yeah, there you go. I can't. True. I'm just going to have to play the video because there was F's and S's and everything.
Yeah, as would be expected.
So this is one fight at one graduation festivity.
Oh boy! And then another one breaks out. Of course.
Yeah.
The females. Oh yeah.
Black women are savages.
Whoa.
I mean, like when they fight,
they go for the hair.
They go right for the hair, and then they just go. Well, I think all women are. I think all women. Let me retract that a little bit. All women fight way more savagely than men do, it seems.
I do love the patented female Karen overhand hammer fist.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Is
the 12-6 hammer fist?
The 12-6 hammer fist.
Which is outlawed in UFC, by the way. You cannot do a 12 you know the rules as well as I do. It is illegal to do a 12-6 hammer fist in the UFC.
Yeah,
am I right, Brian? You cannot.
Not to the back of the head. I believe you can hammer fist a downed opponent 12-6, like on the face. But it's not as effective. So why would you do it? I mean, you know that the real thing would be to throw straight rights into their face.
And then here's another one here. Ohio woman charged with a wild kindergarten. Oh, that's the problem. It's a kindergarten graduation, a graduation that we shouldn't even have. I don't think you should have a graduate. It's expected to get out of kindergarten and go to first grade. Why do we have to reward these people? And then you have another one.
These people, all children?
Yes, our children. Yes, if I get in trouble for calling children these people, then
no. I'm making sure you're talking about children.
I'm talking about children. Why did children have to be rewarded for drawing coloring books all day and not pooping their pants?
I think it is to create an excitement for school and in what's coming next. And
where did kindergarten graduation start? I never had it. I don't think my son had it. Maybe he did. I don't know. I don't think we participated in it. Jessica Anderson allegedly was hogging up middle rows of the seats and was cursing at parents who tried to sit down. She was the only person charged with assault in the wild brawl at the Queen of the Apostles School in Toledo. Video shows her grabbing a mother by the hair and fighting her during the brawl. Despite the footage, she told reporters that she wasn't the aggressor and claimed the video doesn't show the entire story.
I wasn't the aggressor. It wasn't my face that should have been blasted everywhere. I take accountability that I was involved. A lot of people were involved, but me being the only person charged was not fair.
If people can't fundamentally get along at a kindergarten graduation, what has our society become? What could go wrong at a stupid kindergarten graduation? Well, one mom is hogging up a couple extra seats. Go sit 3 rows behind her. Do you really got to be in that row?
I think this one, she was standing up the whole time, and the lady behind her couldn't get pictures around her fat ass.
It wasn't.
I can see where that could be a problem, but should it end in this? No.
Jessica Anderson had allegedly been hogging multiple rows of seats and was cursing at parents who tried to sit down.
Oh.
She was the only person.
Who in the hell
came in the PJs?
Yeah, who wears furry Alf shoes and literally pajamas to your child's graduation of kindergarten?
Is that not the look for a kindergarten graduation?
No, oh my God.
Look, man, getting up before noon is tough sometimes.
It is. It is.
The wild brawl at Queen of Apostles School in Toledo. Video shows her grabbing another mother by the hair and fighting her during the brawl. Despite the footage, she told reporters she wasn't the aggressor and claimed the video doesn't show the full story.
Well, I just know that I don't even know what to say. I can't. I have to just stop. I'm going to say something.
I wasn't the aggressor.
That's going to eventually. And then Brian.
Speaking of the real thugs.
Speaking of the real thugs, people that are bad people. People that try to screw with people and cannot accept being wrong, and to the point where they just will flat out lie and embellish. And that is not all. In fact, 98% of all law enforcement officers, male, female, black, white, indifferent, are good people for a common cause of keeping orderly, keeping things safe, to protect and serve, right? That's what most agencies, have on the side of their cars, to protect and serve.
And serve. That's the part that they forget sometimes, is that they are public servants.
Sometimes they just make stuff up and lie. They need to have that on the car, too. Here's a woman that gets pulled over because the police officer said that he could see her using her right hand to text or do something that she's not
with her
supposed
cell
to
phone,
be doing.
Yeah.
Is Gus joining me? All right, so I'll do Gus, and then after Gus, we'll pick this story back up. After Macho gets he's taking control of my keyboard.
This is why you're being pulled over.
No, just minimize that, Macho. There you go. And then we should have Gus here. Gus.
Good morning.
Hi, Gus. Let me get you where I can see you real fast. Much better quality and connectivity than when you had that crazy Justin Nunley in there.
Yeah, well, everything improves when Nunley's not in the office.
Right. Hold on. Here, we're getting my guys are getting you so that I can see you, Gus. Hold on, Macho Man. So, Gus, tell us just before we get you on screen here, what do you got going on? And I thought maybe this would be a Friday deal, but I think it starts today, the landscaper appreciation gimmick.
Yeah, it's just it's kind of like a bike night at the tractor store. That's how we set that up, Bubba. I took what we did at the Harley store, successive bike nights, having customers come and enjoy an evening together, and we launched that at the tractor store last year, and people really enjoy it, man. Guys come by after work and have a cold beer and a burger and shoot the breeze a little bit. So that's how we've organically grown this business.
And at the end of the day, is there maybe some better deals that are going on today that you're slinging on that Skag Zero turn or on that steel chainsaw that they would not get probably next Thursday?
Man, as soon as you mentioned the quality being good, it went to hell.
Oh, we're good. We're good.
You sound like you're underwater in a phone booth.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe on your end, but I know on everybody that's listening in, I think I sound okay. So this is the first time that we've been live on Zoom from our new studios.
Can't hear a word you're saying.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's going well.
Well, we've got him well.
Yeah,
there we go.
We got full bars.
All right, so can you hear us now, Gus?
There you go.
All right, you look good on my end. I don't know if I look good on your end, but you sound great and look good.
There it is.
That's half the problem.
What happened here?
Oh, hold on.
I lost you.
You lost me.
I can hear you. I just can't see you.
Well, you don't need to see
Which isn't
really is probably which is probably better. That's probably the best deal I'm going to get with Gus Tractors. I'm going to tell you that right now. So anyway, let's talk about what's going on. And I said earlier that when you couldn't hear me, you probably got some pretty good deals on some stuff today that a guy probably couldn't get on Monday.
Yeah, absolutely we do. We worked with the manufacturers, got some one-day promotions going on. So any landscaper professional, contract professional, we'd love to see you come out today, have a beer and a burger, and just shoot the breeze a little bit. You know, that business we've grown organically in the community and just doing it through customer outreach and providing good service, man. That's where it comes from. So today's the day. We're going to do it from 3 to 6. I'll be out there working the grill. At least to start. I don't know if I'm going to run the grill the whole time, Bubba, to be honest with you. But I'm going to be out there and have a couple cold beers.
Put Nunley out there. Put Nunley on the grill.
Nunley's out doing a testing tune today in Montgomery, but he should be back by then. He's got that race coming up with the Canuck, that Border Wars race.
I'm trying to get them to come down to my dirt track and put them in matching Crown Vics, but they're both so damn famous and so damn busy that I can't get a date.
Well, I don't mind saying it. I'll say it here first. Sean is coming to work with us exclusively at the tractor store.
Now, is he moving to Florida?
He's moving to Florida.
Another greasy Canadian down in the Sunshine State.
And got the Canuck coming.
But you know what? He's a good dude. He's a good dude. I had him in studio.
He is a really good dude, and he's. I even told Justin this. I'm like, man, I wish you'd get your stuff together like Sean. He's buttoned up pretty tight and got his stuff together and tells you he's going to be somewhere at a certain time. He's there. Nunley, you got to have he needs a chaperone, Bubba. That's what he needs.
So are you saying that Sean's button up and Nunley's kind of a flake, for lack of a better term?
Like a box of cornflakes flake, yes.
He's sponsored by Kellogg's?
He should be sponsored by Kellogg's.
But he's a handful, is he not? I love the guy, though.
He's a great dude, man. He's a good family guy, and he's just a good human, and he and I have a great relationship, and the banter's fun. He's just so easy to make fun of, man.
Well,
it just comes so natural, and he sets himself up. Like, I just pay attention, something that he doesn't do. I just pay attention, and it provides me endless ridicule. He's so easy.
So how did you hook up with Nunley? He's from that area, isn't he?
He lives locally here. He's actually been my son's baseball coach for the last 4 or 5 years.
Really?
And yeah, when he was retiring out of the Air Force, the DOD has a program for retirees called the Skill Bridge program. Bubba, have you ever heard of it?
No, I haven't.
So it's a Department of Defense program where retirees can partner. Well, first of all, your company has to go through this process to get approved to be a participating to be an approved participant. And then you post jobs on the Department of Defense Skill Bridge program. And folks that are transitioning into retirement from the military can link up with different industries that they're going to take their next career move in. And their last 6 months of active duty, they can do at your place of business, and the military pays them to do that.
Oh,
you have to provide a work schedule. And, it's a fairly detailed thing. Of course, Sarah did it for us. That's not something I'm putting together. So she puts together this curriculum, but we've got technicians through that program. But anyways, Nunley said, hey, can I do my skill bridge at the Harley store? And I said, well, of course you can. And then just through that 6-month period, we put together a longer term partnership. So it's been really good, but that's how he came to work with us. And he fell in love with the business and the culture here in the store. And of course he's an avid Harley enthusiast. So it was easy for him to fall in love with the dealership. So it's been great, but that Skill Bridge program is a really good program. We've got several technicians at both stores through that program. And the folks retiring out of the military, they understand structure and
military people are awesome to hire. I mean, they are, they're no nonsense. They didn't, those are some great people to hire.
That's why I've never had any. Well, except Hatley.
Yeah. But anyways, that's how he came to work, and it's just, we're going on year 2, and it's been great, and the impact it's had on our business. And I know you have socials through your businesses too, man. Like, if you're not dialed in with social media in a couple years, you might be, and that's not something I do in my personal, like, I don't want, that's not me, but I understand the value of it in our businesses. So it's been fun. And I
mean, the day and age of just having a Harley dealership and a tractor supply place and not having any internet socials or any social media or a spokesperson like Nunley and Sean. I mean, if you just think that, because you're a Harley dealer, people are going to roll up in there and just buy. You have to have your digital aspect buttoned up on all aspects. I mean, whether it's Brian and his legal team and his legal office, or it's, us and the entertainment, content deal, you got to be buttoned up digitally.
Yeah, you definitely do, because the way people shop and the way people interact is changed so much. You have to be able to adapt and adjust to that. We had in a 9-month period last year, and I can share that, right? We had 160 million content views at the Harley store.
Wow. I like how you had to ask the boss whether you could get that number out or not.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you don't understand what, there's a lot of places that do ratings, and there's a lot of places that give you statistics. But when you talk about digital and you get real data of people that actually did visit your site, it's not an estimate, it's not a prediction, it's a real data. And so digital numbers and digital advertising and stuff like that, I find far more credible than, radio ratings estimates and things like that.
Well, it has to be quantified, right? And like, you could tell me we had, 20 million, 200 million content views last year. What impact did that have on the business? So for us at the Harley store, we track everything on transactions, like a retail transaction. So we had 160 million content views, and you make the connection. Well, we also had, a 23 or 24% transaction increase. So all that stuff is measurable. If we had 160 million content views, but it didn't equate to anything in the showroom, then I don't really care.
Right.
Because it doesn't matter at that point. But because we've seen that spike in transactions, we get people coming from all over the country. Destin being a big tourist destination, we get people every single day that walk in the store. And they're like, man, I just yesterday I'm standing in the parking lot looking at a bike, and a dude walks up and he says, "Hey Gus, how you doing, man?" And I'm like, "Hey man, great to see you." He's like, "I see you on social. I just drove down from Cincinnati." And I'm like, "Well, that's pretty cool. You want to buy a bike?" So
you want to buy a jacket? You want to buy a helmet? Doesn't matter. We'll get you some way, shape, or form.
Well, my feeling and thought and message to my team was always, people ask me all the time outside of our industry, because Harley's a global brand, obviously, and has eyes.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And everybody asks me
Wisconsin.
Yeah, when I'm in these different business setting, they're like, "Hey, who's your target customer?" And I'm like, "Human." I don't really care anything. If we get them in the showroom, the rest is up to us.
Right.
So marketing and advertising, from my perspective, is like, all we're trying to do is drive people into the store. The rest of it's up to the team here at both of these stores to capitalize on that. And
so did you take Gus, because I know Gus Tractors, that was an afterthought, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you killed it. You've been killing it on the Harley deal, with your Emerald Coast Harley for I don't know how long now. What are you going on, 12 years?
I just lost you again there, Bubba. You went back into the phone booth. Say it again.
I said, how long have you been? Damn it.
He asked, what does it feel like to be Timu Shannon Burke?
Stop. Brian, shut up.
I'm just killing time until he gets a connection back.
Hopefully we can get our connection. But damn it. Macho, what do you think's wrong?
It's on his side, not our side.
Yeah, it's him.
It's him.
He's the problem.
Yeah, I got you. I don't know if it's my internet connection to yours, but you sounded garbled there. But yeah. Anyways,
So, you know what? Let me get. We should just do Gus over the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do. Let me call Gus on his cell phone. I'm gonna call you on your phone. I'm gonna call him on his phone.
We're gonna
there
call
you go. I got you there.
Oh, you
now
got
you're back.
You
Bubba.
back?
You're back now, Bubba.
Okay. We think it might be on your end, but I'm not being disrespectful. So Gus, what
They've got net zero in the Panhandle.
He's probably Starlinked up. What I'm saying, Gus, is how long have you had your Harley dealership?
I've been in the business 34 years. I've had this store 12 years, going on 12 years.
That's what I said. I thought it was 12, so I predicted it right. Did your success and how you've been, like I know my buddy Jimmy Backledge, like your dealership is well known amongst Harley dealerships. Like you have an elite, Harley dealers know who the hell your dealership is. Did you take that skill set and just take it into the tractor department with regards, because I'm sure that you never in a million years, 10 years ago, thought that you were going to be in the tractor, chainsaw, landscaping business, heavy equipment. And has it been easy? Because it's kind of the same demographic, men, that need that the tractor and Harley world kind of collide. And I know that you have just absolutely killed it with Gus tractors. Like I don't even know that you ever thought it would go this well. It's just been an absolute, windfall for you.
Well, it's been really hard, right? You start a business from scratch organically, and it's not like we bought an existing business that had a customer base in place and we just were trying to improve it. We started that from scratch. And that whole deal came about, Bubba, because I went to buy a tractor and had a poor experience. And it got my wheels turning. And we focus so much on customer experience, and sales and profits are a byproduct of a good experience. And I went to buy a tractor, and it was and it wasn't like the people were bad or anything like that. It was just it was just underwhelming. And I can remember, like, I shopped at a few different stores, all in the Southeast, and my expectation and the reality were so far apart, and it got my wheels turning. And I'm like, man, if we took what we do at the Harley store and plugged it in that industry, I was excited about it. So then I started doing a little research on what the business looks like, and there are a lot of similarities operationally, but the biggest difference is just the amount of product that we carry there. I have one vendor primarily, one manufacturer that I deal with at the Harley store. Out there, I think we got 120 different vendors.
Oh yeah, you guys got everything from Skag to Steel to Echo to everything.
Yeah, 15 different manufacturers. So you take that relationship piece that I've fostered with Harley over a couple of decades, and now you try and multiply that times 15, because at the end of the day, the whole world runs on relationships, man, and being able to, whether it's customers, vendors, everything's relationship based. So it's been a heavy lift, but I'm super proud of it, because David and the team out there are committed, man. I'm not the magic out there. I'm the face, and I'm the guy in the community that's out driving. But David and the guys out there are the ones that are getting it done on a day in and day out basis. And we've had plenty of struggles, man. We're not perfect, and we've let people down, and it happens. And that's just part of business. The important part is, how do you handle that, right? You're going to mess up. We're going to mess up. How do you handle it? That's the key. So it's been a heavy lift for sure, but I'm really proud of it, because the store is doing well for a new business. And it's a big business. I mean, we've got 15 employees out there, and are doing quite a bit of business. And we're real aware of, we got to make sure we don't grow too fast and still be able to provide that service. We're not a big box store with 25 other locations. It's just us. I'm just a dude in a community, man. You're going to see me at Publix.
Yeah, but you're Big Gus, man, and you got a brand and a name up there, and so and it's a good reputation, and it's right in the same demographics of what you've been doing for 12 years in the community. And
well, that was a big part when we just, my wife and I, when it comes down to it, right? You get to the edge of the cliff, and a lot of people who have considered going into business for themselves, a lot of people get to the edge of the cliff, and a lot of people don't jump, right? Because there's so much risk involved. And my wife and I just, is this something we want to do outside of our lane? And I'm a big believer too, like comfort zones don't breed growth in high performing people, right? Complexity breeds growth, and we've certainly put ourselves into some complexity opening that store and spreading ourselves out. But yeah, man, it's been fun. I'm super proud of it. The guys are doing a good job. We got some things that we're going to get put in place here in the next couple months that are really going to change the game for us in terms of offerings and things like that. So we're really excited, and I appreciate the support we get from your show and your listeners. Every day I'm out in the community, I see, people bump, I heard you on Bubba's show. And so you guys are well represented up here in the Panhandle.
Well, Griffo and the station and JVC, you're a huge partner with the company. I know John appreciates you guys, and you guys are kicking ass over there at Big Gus Tractor. Don't forget, today is Landscaper Appreciation Day. Roll up in there. How's my brand Skag going? My buddy Randy and Maria, how's Skag doing?
We kill it with Skag, man. We crush it with Skag. It's a great product. They're a great partner. Matter of fact, James, who's our rep, has invited me to some races, and so I'm going to take.
Man, you talk about Randy, the CEO of Skag, is a lot like you. He's a guy's guy. He no little stone doesn't go unturned. He's very attention to detail. The hospitality shows his dealers at the NHRA events are second to none. He takes you right to the start finish line. You're 6 feet away from that big 10,000 horsepower nitro, and he just really takes care of his dealers out of probably all your dealer reps or dealer brands. He's probably one of the best. He's so good to me, and he's just and their product at the end of the day. Skags are a little more expensive, but god dang, they are built so well and they last.
I got a Skag at my house, man.
Yeah,
that's what I got at the house. So
Deion Sanders has got a Skag. Did you know that?
There we go. Me and Primetime.
Yeah.
We got two good people repping the brand right there.
Absolutely.
Gus, are you going to carry the new BTLS 62 model that they're coming out with? The arms.
We carry everything.
Yeah, the arm controls are a little closer for guys with shorter arms.
Oh, did Big Gus see you driving the Mahindra the other day? The video.
Oh, did you see my video at the track with my Mahindra? I did. Yeah, I
didn't.
Oh, I'll have to send it to you. That 5150 or whatever I think it's a 5150. Oh my God, I love that tractor, Gus. I'll send you that video.
That's been a cool partnership there, and we'll get you re-outfitted with another one for sure. And I'm looking forward to getting Sean on board. When are they planning on coming? Like by early fall? Yeah.
Hey, we got to do some stuff with Sean. Maybe we got to bring those two nut jobs down to the track and get them in there racing and stuff like that.
Are you tracking their Border Wars race up in Canada?
Yeah, I am. As a matter of fact,
following that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin's getting ready to leave. He's like, "Are you coming to Canada?" And I'm like, "No."
I think I think Nunley's going to get his ass waxed. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you, I can see. It seems like Sean just might have a little bit better of a mechanical, mindset. I don't know.
Justin's got Trey. He's pretty buttoned up, so they'll be ready to roll. That's for sure.
Hey, it'll be entertaining nonetheless, won't it?
Yeah, it will be.
Anyway, today
we looked at going, and we're gonna get in the motorhome, and I take my wife and kids and I all go up to Michigan and see my brothers and the nieces and nephews and my folks, and I would have had to cut that trip short. That's the only reason, or I wouldn't have been able to go on that trip, and that's the only reason I'm not going to go. Plus, it's a 4-day drive, and you got to cross into Canada, and I got to empty all the stuff out of my motorhome that I wouldn't be able to get across the border with. So I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. You watch it on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good. I'll stay in our country here, and then of course you're coming up for the missing parts ride later in June. Yeah.
Yep. Be there Friday, Saturday. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's going to be an awesome event. And Friday evening we've got the VIP party, and Save and Abel's going to play, and it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time.
Let's have you on maybe week of. We'll make sure we have our Zoom stuff a little bit more dialed in. Have you on to promote the ride week of, like maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that.
Yeah, that's been a really cool. That's been something else we're really proud of. We built that ride last year to support amputees and their mission to get back on bikes, and through a one-day event, Bubba, we raised $70,000.
And I got to tell you, that was you. I know I bust Nunley's balls a lot, but he had a lot to do with that success. He really did well for that.
Yeah, he did. He definitely. It's funny. People call the store, Bubba, wanting to get involved with that, and they're like, "We need to talk to Nunley." And it's hard to get people to understand, like, Nunley doesn't do anything from a planning or
right. Nunley shows up like a bitch.
Yeah.
Listen, Gus has a big shindig going on for all you landscapers. Or anybody just wants a good deal on some great equipment. Anything from Mahindra to Coyote to Zero to Steel to Echo. He's got it all at Big Gus Tractors right there in Mary Esther. They got free food.
3 to 6 p.m. today.
3 to 6 p.m.
1490 U.S. Highway 98 West in beautiful Mary Esther, Florida.
There you go.
Yeah, the store is right on the water, man. It's pretty cool. So come check it out. Stop by, have a beer and a burger after a hard day's work. We'd love to see you guys out there.
Gus, I appreciate all you do for us, the radio station, and everything for the community. I look forward to seeing you for the Missing Parts ride. And again, thanks for all you do, my friend.
Thanks, Bubba. I appreciate you guys having me. Thank you.
All right, my man. Thank you, Gus.
See you guys.
All right. Back after this, Lummy, okay?
Don't chalk up their behavior to being crazy rednecks.
Yeah, think about that.
They're just totally insane. Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
We're back.
Oh, okay.
I'm back. 9:55 on the thumbs up.
Oh, we're right there, 9:56. Let's go. Let's get that 1,000 number.
All right, perfect. Yeah, hold on. All right, hold on 1 second.
Let's do it.
Who's on one, Lummy?
I'm just a fan. You want to just keep talking? It's about Harley.
It's about Harley. Oh, you wanted to bitch about Harleys? What a dick.
I mean, if it's a bitch about Harley, I don't want to take it.
No, he just said you got the name wrong. Brian, you got the name wrong.
The name of what?
I don't want to talk to him if he's going to just...
He kept calling. I had to get him up here first. What? He'll keep calling back. I just look at it.
Oh, we don't want him back.
He keeps calling back. So
I just fucking hung up on him and busied it all. When I say Emerald
Coast, Harley Davidson.
What did I say?
No, he was just saying because you guys keep telling you have a Harley, and he's like, I'm from Milwaukee.
He could just fucking straight fuck off. I don't need.
Tell him to go bowling if he's from Milwaukee.
Yeah. Tell him to go see Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah, have a Schlitz and relax, buddy.
Right.
No, right.
Happy Days was filmed out of Milwaukee too. They said so. Go see fucking Fonzie.
Like, what's going through somebody's head that's like, you know what'll make this show better is if I call in and really derail the train.
and have zero fucking
follow-up, like
content. You're just going to tell us that you mispronounced a Harley name. Like that's going to go over well. Like you're not.
How did I mispronounce anything? I didn't say shit about fuck.
I didn't say shit about fuck.
All I know is I was like, I just put my vote because would you hear me kind of be
I would have just hung up.
Well, because then I'll just call back.
You're just waiting.
Because I clear the line.
Yeah.
So then I'll let him sit there, and then when he gets his point across to nobody but the whole, the nothing, he'll just hang up. You know what I'm saying?
Just tell him Schlemiel Schlemazel, Hoffenstettler Corporated. We're gonna do it. On your mark, get set, let's go now. Got a dream that we can own now. We're gonna make our dreams come true, doing it our way. Nothing's gonna hold us back now, straight ahead and on the track now. We're gonna make our dreams come true, and we'll do it our way, yes, our way. Wow, my parents really had me watching the old shit back in the day when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I know the fucking Laverne and Shirley show theme song like the back of my hand. For me and you, dun, 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 dun. Yeah, Lenny and Squiggy. Squiggy and the Squig Tones. Lenny and the Squig Tones.
Bottle peppers and shots.
Who swept and mopped the floor in here? It looks good.
I did. But I have to do.
Yeah, I'll dig that up.
How good is it?
It looks. I could eat off of it.
So it's not all right for the Zoom. He needs to maybe wear an earpiece next time.
Okay.
Because it's probably feeding back on his end and looping.
I'll tell him. We're gonna do a. We're gonna we got rubber floor sealer that we're gonna do tomorrow, but you have to stay off of her 24 hours. So we're gonna put it on tomorrow after the show, which will really make the floor look more glossier.
Gilligan Diamond?
Macho, is it cooler back there for you?
Yes, we're good.
Yeah, that's the other somebody just mentioned in chat. You're so much closer to the track now, Bubs. From
yeah,
here.
about 20 minutes.
So I was gonna say 35 minutes.
It's exactly 59 minutes from here.
Wow.
Here we go.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, all at the Bubba Army, now returns.
Don't forget Big Gus, Mary Esther, Big Gus Tractors. He's got everything. And from 3 to 6 today, a little landscaper appreciation gimmick. Even if you're not a client or a customer, roll up in there, get you a hamburger, a hot dog, something to drink, and kick around some deals with whatever you may need. Maybe you need a Skag Windstorm, a Jackal, 72-inch Turf Tiger 2 like me. It doesn't matter. Big Gus will get you handled. So earlier, before Gus zoomed in, we were talking about, like how I think maybe I used 98% of all police officers or law enforcement
are good people.
And I always thought I kind of would want to be a cop, but not in today's world.
Just to shoot someone.
Back when you could be a cop and do some copping,
What's some copping to you?
Like, just rolling up and not have to worry about, like them, you're being on video and them making something about nothing. And if if a woman was being belligerent and you could yoke her out of her car and handcuff her, and now you got to get a female present and just, not anything corruption or anything like that.
Just, rough up people.
Couldn't you do that in like a small town still?
That doesn't have body cams.
Not really. Yeah, well, more so. I mean, Grady can get away with more than, probably, I don't know. But in today's world, man, here's the thing, Brian. I think more than anything, back in the day, you didn't have to really worry about getting killed because you were dealing with respectful people for the most part that, yeah, you had your run-ins of guys that might resist and be a dick to you and call you a pig and various things like that. But that guy might have been a drunken dick, but he didn't have a pistol hidden underneath his console to shoot you. And the percentage of police officers, it'd be interesting to know if there is a statistic on police officers losing their life in the line of duty. And is it more prevalent now? And is there a higher percentage of police officers killed now than, say, 20 years ago?
It's actually gone down.
Has it?
Yeah, it's become safer.
Might cost her $10.
Being a truck driver is twice as dangerous as being a cop, by the way.
Really?
Yep. Twice the death rate.
Wow.
So
anyway, you get some cops that act like this. So this guy, a one-armed woman, has gone mega viral after she quickly refuted a cop's claim that she was driving with a phone in her right hand. So here's the thing. Cops profile, bad ones, the 2%. That's who we're talking about here, Brian, the 2%.
Of course.
There's 2%, and I don't know arbitrarily, I'm just coming up with a number, but there's a very, very small percentage of cops that are just dicks. They got some type of power hungry. They got some type of struggle they're dealing with. Maybe they're not getting any ass at home. Maybe, I don't know what they're dealing with, but they just absolutely go and terrorize people. And there's a percentage of people that are pulled over that haven't done anything wrong. They've just profiled you or singled you out to screw with you. And they like to make their first little interaction with you and then open up from there. Oh, I smell alcohol. Oh, I see, And Brian, it's completely unwarranted why they pulled you over. It's just they're trying to F your day up or trying to get their arrest numbers up or ticket numbers up. And there's a small percentage of people that are pulled over that are innocent. They didn't speed. They're not drunk. They don't got any drugs. They weren't texting. They didn't do anything wrong. And so this guy, he pulls this woman over, and he
very specifically says,
yeah, and he doubles and triples down when he says, "I saw you using your cell phone with your right hand." And the woman, she's an amputee, and she doesn't have a right hand. And the cop, like you saw, Brian, he just won't take no for an answer. I would be as a cop, like, you know what, ma'am, I think I made a mistake.
Well, how about when he makes her swear on her other hand?
Yeah. But, what?
Yeah, just own it. Just be like, I'm sorry.
It
must have been just, the reflection, the glare, blah, 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 and move on, dude. Take the L.
Take the L.
Take the L.
Ma'am, you know what? It could have been the glare on your window. I obviously made a mistake here. You know what? Go along. Please be safe and move along. I'm sorry. Now, Brian, at that point, man, you've not done anything wrong. It's not a viral moment. You probably won't get fired. I think this guy could be in for some big trouble, right?
If I'm the judge and she comes in, I'm throwing out every ticket he wrote that day.
Yeah, and I'm throwing the absolute book at him if I can.
So they did dismiss her ticket.
Hers. I would throw out every ticket he wrote that day.
Yeah.
Recently, while you're being pulled over, the city of Lake Worth today, we're doing an operation for distracted driver, and you drove past me holding the phone with your right hand, manipulating that phone.
Right there. Brian, right there is an L.
Yep.
That's an L.
Yep. And he had a quote. So this was a distracted driving mission they were on, which meant they probably had a
federal
number
grant
and a number of people that they were trying to target to get cited.
And a lot of times, Brian, with that, because I know people that are police officers, they'll have a number that they hit, and it's part of a federal grant program where if they hit a certain number, the federal government gives them like a little spiff.
I didn't think this was a real video at first when I saw it.
I didn't either.
I thought I had to go check.
I'm like, this can't be real.
And he specifically says,
with your right hand.
With your right hand.
Being pulled over, the city of Lake Worth today, we're doing an operation for distracted driver, and you drove past me holding the phone with your right hand, manipulating that phone. I saw you with the phone in your hand.
Not.
And she actually is pretty.
She was cool about it. She held it up. She laughed. She thought he would laugh and be like, "Well, guess I was wrong. Have a good day."
Yeah.
Nope.
Not this guy.
So you want to just call this a day?
Yeah, so she's being super cool. She's like, "You just want to call this a day?"
Let's move on. Take the L.
Yeah.
Nope, not this officer.
Nope. She couldn't have handled it any better, and he couldn't have handled it any worse.
I don't want to call it a day. You had a hand up manipulating.
You just
the
said
phone.
my right hand.
Well, I thought I saw you with your right hand. You had a hand up. The right hand. I saw you manipulate.
So you didn't.
With the right hand, perhaps not, right? But
you didn't see me with my right hand.
Okay, so are you saying
that you saw me with my right hand?
I know what I just said. I know what I just said. I'm asking you now. Did you or not have your phone on your hand?
I did not.
You did not have your phone on your hand?
I did not.
Hand to God, you did not have your phone on your hand.
Hand to God.
And then she's, by the way.
Which is your right arm is what you lift to swear.
Right, but also this. How could she have had a phone in her hand when she only has one hand to steer with?
Well, your knees, or you just let it ride. I'm just saying that is theoretically possible. This cop is clearly a liar.
With her nub.
The other hand to God, you don't have a phone in your hand.
Hand to God.
Cool. You have your driver's license, registration, and insurance with you.
Cool.
What an absolute.
First of all, it was completely unnecessary for him to ask her hand to God and then be a smartass about it and say, how about your other one? I mean, what an a-hole. There's just so many of them out there. I know you said 2%. I think the number's probably higher, but I respect them, but not when they're like this.
And here's the deal.
Not when they're like this.
The bad ones, the small percentage of bad ones, they get in their head what the outcome's going to be, and they'll do anything to get there.
Well, the problem is...
including being unethical and flat-out lying.
The problem is the thin blue line is that the good ones end up protecting the bad ones and therefore making them bad ones as well.
Yeah.
There's no accountability. There's no, they screw up in one department, they get moved to another. I mean, it'd be, just like the Catholic Church did with the priests. They move their bad apples around, and it doesn't make sense. Get rid of the bad apples.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 5. 5 stories of teachers sleeping with students.
End of the year, horny.
It is. It seems like it is kind of end of the year horny.
Yeah.
5 stories of teachers sleeping with their students. All 5, I think, might have been. No, I think one was.
One was the guy.
One was the guy.
Yeah.
I want to end with this story. Oh my God, this is disgusting. This guy broke into a morgue and raped the dead bodies.
Victimless crime.
We begin, though, with a disturbing break-in.
What if that was your mother?
I mean...
You think he was setting up the old women? Not like maybe an attractive one?
What if it was, honest to God, what if it was your attractive wife who tragically lost her life in an automobile accident, and this guy broke in and had sex with her dead corpse?
I'd have to divorce her for cheating on me.
With a disturbing break-in in downtown Phoenix. It has led to horrific charges, really unimaginable charges against a local man. 31-year-old Fenris Liu is accused of using a crowbar to break into the Maricopa County Medical...
I mean, he really wanted in there. Broke into the Maricopa, whatever county morgue
examiner's office and gaining access to corpses. And according to multiple law enforcement sources, Liu was caught on camera breaking the seal on several body bags and having sexual contact with several of the bodies.
Now, listen, different strokes for different folks.
No.
Hold on. Let me just say something. Different strokes for different folks. You may be into this, you may be into that. Hopefully, it's all above board. You're dealing with 18-year-old consenting adults, whether it's guy, girl, guy, 3 guys, 2 girls. I don't care. But this has to be the sickest, most demented, next to child molestation.
Yeah, I was going to say child molestation.
Next to child molestation, that's even deeper and darker than this. But this is pretty bad. Like this, you are an absolute piece of shiz if this is what you get off on.
This morning, he was arrested, and he is now facing multiple felonies, including burglary, escape, and 4 counts of sexual conduct with a dead body. The prosecution has sealed
a law for that.
I know, but the only reason we have a law for that is because people do it.
I know.
So you got to have some type of deterrent. Otherwise, they don't have laws on stuff that people don't do. Right?
No, not until somebody comes up with it.
Court documents to protect the integrity of the investigation and allow officials time to notify the victims' families.
Now, do they have to? Well, that'd be an interesting call. Hello, is this Bubba? Yes, this is Bubba. Hey, your mom's down here at the morgue. She just recently passed. Yes, I'm familiar. We're very sad. We're planning her Festival of Life ceremony.
I know you didn't want her to be taxidermied, but your mom got stuffed.
Lou is currently being held on a $500,000 cash bond.
I really don't know.
We begin, though, with a disturbing break-in.
I don't know how I would feel.
Yeah, it looks like they're blaming that he was on meth. So he had a meth-fueled sex drive or whatever. That's what they're claiming.
Hitler blamed the meth, too.
Yeah, Hitler. I mean, meth has really been the culprit of some bad things. We'll break these teacher gimmicks down tomorrow.
Perfect.
Time for us to get the hell out of here. Brian, thank you.
Thank you, Bubba. Great new studios.
Thank you, my friend.
Top 13, 14 in America. Easy.
Top 10,000.
No, it's super nice. I like it a lot. It feels better in here. It feels cleaner. The air feels better.
Yeah.
Everything about it. Just a nice, fresh, new start.
Yes. Y'all have a great day. I'm going to come back. I got to go into the old studio. Do a few things. I'm going to come back and do some break-it-downs, okay?
Perfect.
Macho's got me all set up.
Sweet.
See you guys tomorrow. Appreciate it.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian, Lummit.
It's Brian Matroni, king of counter program.
Gene Lasker, voice of the people. Glad you get to hear me.
Gary Cantrell, video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, of Council. Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra, of Council.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.